hell is...
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Yes, please clap while I put my phone on vibrate. I'm a professional streamer. Thank you very much.
We're very professional, very professional.
Only the best for our chat. Thank you very much. Badge, say words and stuff for us.
I want to say hello and greetings to my fellow woke people. We've come to a conclusion. We are taking back the word woke to mean what it originally meant of being aware of social injustice. And currently, the social injustice is the horrible DEI agenda coming from the actual zealots and bigots. So, hello, my fellow woke people. We're going to take down these bigots and defeat this DEI agenda. What's going on, guys? Helldivers, Warhammer, Stellar Blade. We running out of petitions? We got any more war fronts to do? I think I can add some more.
Oh, I found one. Another censored anime girl.
Why? Why'd they come for our women? They're not making them ugged up. They're making them androgynous, which some people might say is the same thing. Let's say hi to chat. Let's say hi to chat. Hi, Big Rat Killer.
Whip it out.
Look at that. Humans and who-womans. That's right, because there's only two. Much
Are
like
those
the
pronouns yet? I might choose those for my game journalist pronouns.
Charlie was there in my stream last night, and he stayed with us in Leon, giggity, in Leon stream. That was fun. Shout out to everyone that was there last night. Blah, what is up, my nerds? He put the soft S on it. That's good. Lady Erin D, she was there last night. She stayed up late.
She's everywhere.
I love it.
She has like a bot army or something, I swear.
And of course, Reinhardt Brush. Look at this. Hail chat. Bigot Army Rise. Look at this. Who else?
All of them.
Pronounce that word. Pronounce his name right now. Go ahead.
Williams X-Jet Law.
Oh, okay. Daemonium Venator.
Demonium Venator. Oh, is that one of your Warhammers?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's what I would. Yes, sure. I'm a Warhammer expert after all. Bio. All right. I'm good. Everyone is here. Hopefully some more come in. Probably, again, we were all up late with Jesus Christ Leona, fully transitioned female swapped Jesus Leona. That was fun.
He's so brave. I'm really rooting for that little guy.
You really look like you vote in modern elections and that you're completely fine with the safety in most leftist cities.
You're like free Stellar Blade. I'm like free Palestine.
Oh, are you also queer adjacent?
I think we need to put Eve in a burqa, personally, for women's rights.
It's Latin for demon hunter. He's a demon hunter. Must have a lot of work going on these days. May I direct you to several different companies that I do believe might be filled with demons. I'm filled with demons, but they're all the internals.
The gates of hell have opened, and Laud is standing there in defense against the demons, gifting a membership. Always a race. If it's gonna be him or Graph Web.
He was there.
You
last
never
night.
know.
And yes, Charlie.
Always.
He remembers from last night. Hakuna Matata. What a non-binary phrase.
Wait, so I don't have this one pulled up. So the Mufasa trailer, everyone just hates it because it's just like Disney cash grab. Why did it get downvoted so hard?
I love it because I think it's the same reason that, like, aside from like Star Wars is dead, but like the same thing. Shout out Alec. It's the same thing of like Star Wars Outlaws and them mysteriously getting ratioed from like, oh, that wasn't us. That wasn't. I mean, it was us, but it wasn't us that told every normie, "Hey, go downvote." That happened all on its own. It's because I think collectively, even the normal everyday, because even the normal.
Women, like Solo, this was just
smell it. They can smell that its soul is shite, that they keep giving, and even like the normie is like, fucking A, another live action that's not live action because it's actually CGI. And really, it was one thing if it was the animation, but the fact that it's just, you can't even tell which ones are which. And
I feel like we've moved from hatred to apathy, and now we've gone past apathy to like seething hatred, which I support.
Yeah, no, and memeing, heavy memeing. Yeah, I mean, we're trying. We don't want to get Gary that upset at us. His we gotta hop
I know.
on.
I'm looking at these views. I'm like, I should have put a Gary head in there, but only on Fridays.
I think this is what it is. People can smell it out. People, despite what they try and say, I do not think
that's good. That shows how far we've come.
Yeah, all the
people are just like
have been bad.
Disney. It smells like Disney. Downvote. It's beautiful.
Fellow co-host on another show, Mr. Tech Rat. Shout out. You did real good last night, kid. Everyone loved you.
Well, speaking of other co-hosts.
Yeah, but you're the co-host. Right there. You're the unicorn and games journalist and movie reviewer. One and all.
What? Sorry, I was distracted.
One and only favorite Latine here.
Thank you. Were you not going to do your job just in protest?
What?
Of Latine? Are you protesting Latine or Deadpoolio?
I'm not protesting anyone.
You should go on a hunger strike.
I've already done that. It's called one meal a day, trying to fit in the suit that I have to wear later.
But it's a tasty looking meal. This guy sends me his pictures of his food like a teenage girl.
No, it's good. I do. Yeah, that's what it's like to have friends. I know we do gay shit.
I was a professional chef.
Yeah.
16-year-old girls.
Yeah. So I think the ultimate thing here, though, is they're sussing it out. They're seeing that there's nothing there for them. They've had failed movie after failed movie. That's exactly what you want. And then that gives them the why, right? They finally come to that because we all jump off that train at some point for different reasons. Now they go, almost every single movie that comes out, I think is shit. I wonder why that is. And then they jump on to YouTube, and all of a sudden they see some animated asshole that like it's a badger or something. They click on it, or they see some weird dude with,
I don't know where that was going.
Yeah. And then we tell them why and who and how to fix it. Hashtag free Stellar Blade. And yeah,
you're facing the wrong way, sir.
All right, give me the money.
Yeah, apathy is death. Kreia from Knights of the Old Republic 2 says that, and it's fucking true. And we are super into either apathy or just memeing.
We've been resurrected back into the hatred, like seething hatred stage.
Guy,
slander. That's
this guy. A member message.
I take that personally, Tech.
He might be skewered. Yeah, he didn't say what context. It's the best piece of shit of all the pieces of shit. He's the best piece of shit. It is inspiring. Like, remember when, even though it just happened, when Treon lost and Bob Iger got his wish?
Hold on, everyone. Gooch is here. Okay. See, I don't ignore you, Gooch. All right, continue. Sorry, I apologize for Gooch.
No.
Apologize that Gooch interrupted you.
Tank can interrupt me whenever he wants. He is most welcome here. Hail Gooch, I know. Taint hits Badger is the Beavers, Gooch is the Taint. That's his other alternate name.
It's a superhero name.
It's really good that people are coming aware of this because what's good, Gooch? I love it. You see, that's crossing the streams.
We're a special crop of people.
Family. Yeah. No, I don't know. We don't have anything else, by the way, except for memeing on them. That's basically what it is. I mean, Deadpool Wolverine, but
I just didn't see Mufasa backlash coming. That was not on my bingo card.
You thought it was just going to be straight up apathy, like it would be ignored.
I didn't even know it was a thing until the freaking trailer released. I like vaguely heard about it. Yeah, going through like the IMDb, what's coming out the next year. I did at the beginning of the year, and I was like, Mufasa, what? I think I just kind of assumed it would get canceled or something.
Yeah.
And then it came out, and it's just like I didn't even watch the trailer.
Yeah. I mean, well, then it's pointed out you don't even get fucking some of the people that are still alive to do the voices, except for a very old James Earl Jones. I don't know, like Jeremy Irons Descar, and he's not. They didn't bring him back.
You have a plan to make it work, right? Was it White Mufasa or what was that? What were you talking about?
Yeah, well, shout out if you were watching last night. I think many of you were when we were talking about Mufasa, and it dawned on us that in this reality, there is a very real chance that we will get trans and gay lions, and I am fucking here for it. I want them to trans and gay all the lions. I want gender fluid lions. I want non-binary lions. I want Mufasa to be ambiguous.
The hyenas are pretty crazy.
Oh, and I want them to, they have the shaved side haircuts. I want them to be like rubbing their heads in berry so they get the purple hair. Let's go. Let's do full, Gary was right. Let's do full rampancy.
They could add a
trans and gay up everything.
They could add a land whale to the roster to get a little representation
I don't appreciate
in there.
You talking about Timon or Pumbaa like that, but yeah, no, they should. They should. Green-haired land whale that is very anti-establishment of the patriarchal lion kingdom.
We could get like a rhino or elephant to do like the Trigglypuff thing. Yeah, let's see it.
I don't know what AI art
Send it to him.
Gay trans lions you did, but I think we would all be very interested to see that.
Demon to Badger.
Shout out, Clinton. Sorry, I refused to say that. I was thinking about the tranny lions and all the representation. I can't wait for that.
Yes, we will be talking about Mark Hamill. Robert De Niro also had a pretty fun one, but Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, how are we not going to talk about Obi-Wan?
I mean, and also the fact that we live in the fucking reality where Biden went on Howard Stern.
I thought was AI because
it looked like AI. I watched
so
it.
Disoriented and stuff.
Bro.
I only heard the audio. I thought it was AI.
Howard has transitioned into full-on fucking parody of what he would have once made fun of. When he started the interview with, part of being a good leader is being a good father. And you're just such a good dad with your drug-addicted fucking son that you've... I'm not going to rap it. Yeah.
It was staggering. Only 2 of his kids were crackheads, okay?
Bro, I'm sure his art is just that good. Bro, good. So everyone showed up to class. No one called out, even though we were up late with that gay one, Leona. Shout out, Leona. Yeah. Oh, man. It's already legendary.
We're 12 minutes in. Let's go ahead and bring up Mark Hamill. May the cringe be with you. Biden Death Star deploys Star Wars Mark Hamill. So I may have had some sort of affiliation with some Bandot videos and such, and I was into politics. The reason I kept up with a lot of the nerd culture war stuff was because InfoWars and Alex Jones covers that stuff. So everyone's always like, oh, I wish the conservatives would cover this stuff more. Someone already has been. Honestly, probably even longer than the nerds. So just this picture alone, does that make you want to go see a movie?
That's a real picture? It looks like AI. It looks like sad, pathetic Mark.
As far as I'm aware, that is real.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Did he send AI?
I'm gonna be a mighty trans. My doctors will beware. I'm stepping up on taking testosterone, endogenous estrogen.
I think.
Oh my God.
I think that tribal guy might need some medical care. He looks a little rough.
This is what we're getting, people. Get ready for it. Stunning.
What would you rather watch? This or this?
I want Mark Hamill to play this. I want him to be the voice of the hello, boys and girls, it's non-binary Mufasa. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
Roar. Wait, can you do a non-binary roar for us?
Bro, shout out, Charlie. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yes, well done. We're the people. We're making change here, people. On this tiny little dead YouTube channel, we make change. And, well, Badger is an up-and-coming superstar.
Apparently.
Critical Drinker told me so.
Did he? You talked to Will? You talked to William?
Yeah. Wait, oops. Shit.
Be real pretentious and just suddenly call someone by a different name.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
one of
that's
these
what
days.
It was. Todd Howard did that with Jonathan Nolan. He calls him Jonah. Because I guess now Jonah is an abbreviation for Jonathan, where you just cut off So in an interview, he's like, well, Jonah. Like, who the fuck is Jonah? Does he mean Jonathan Nolan? Oh, great. It's like, I know we're going to talk about Bobby De Niro, but like the celebs that don't call him Robert, they call him Bob. Hi, Bob. Oh, that's a good one. Lion Pride Month. Yeah.
Bob De Niro compares Donald Trump to Yahtzee party leader Schmadoff Schmittler. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of.
And I'd love to know why he thinks that.
Because MSNBC told him so. And we talked recently about Michael Rappaport already getting canceled because he's like, Joe Biden stinks. Maybe Trump's not the worst. Also, I'm Jewish, so I don't really like these crazy protesters. Within like a week, already canceled from a comedy club. Hey, buddy. Welcome to the right side of history.
I mean,
I hate that term so much. Oh my God.
I know I hate it because it's pretty mythical depending on who's writing it. I do think it's interesting. It's a test case that you can come back from TDS. Once we thought zombification was something that you couldn't come back for, but it turns out being an NPC asshole is indeed something with education that you can, and enough exampers being a Jew
Even
in
Mark
New York.
Hamill?
Even
Mark
he's not a Jew
Hamill.
in New York. How's his granddaughter doing though? Shout out.
You're gonna find a way to bring up Dave Filoni's dog. I know it. But yeah, right here. This is. It took me a while to get fully up to speed on the nerd culture war, but the reason I already had some knowledge was because of this gentleman, whoever he might be, unnamed. But this one I really enjoyed. Mark Hamill from Babylon Bee, of course. Mark Hamill joins Death Star press conference to say what a good job he thinks the Emperor is doing. These people think they are the resistance. They would have like bumper stickers for a while, the resistance. And I think it turned into like the persistence after they'd already, I think after the midterms or something became the persistence. It's there. Oh my God. We are the resistance. We are punk rock. And somehow, apparently, according to Badger and Leona, we are woke, which indeed we are. They are the regressives. We are actually progressive. Liberal used to just mean like freedom. It's just another word for like liberty. Yeah. Turns out we're the liberals. They are the Yahtzees, despite what Bob De Niro, Bobby might have to say about that.
Pretty amusing, the irony of what is, again, we've talked about it. Every time they call us a bigot or zealot, it's like, but they're actually bigoted about their beliefs. And they're actually, it is really, I know Vivek Ramaswamy talked about this. It is literally their religion. Religion might not be popular for a lot of people, but COVIDism is, climate change, and these fucking progressive whoop-de-whoop things that they think.
I support the current thing.
I support the current thing. Makes them feel virtuous, makes them feel like they're doing something, makes them feel, yeah. And also, these fuckers love to get a little bit of power. These are the same people that would scream at you from across the street, put your mask on! They got a little bit of power, and then there you go. They never let it go. It is the worst example. Yeah, wow.
Laud nails it. So
it's just, the irony's not lost on us, at least.
Some of Hollywood is going to learn their lesson. The vast majority, we just saw what they're going to continue to do.
Yeah, they're going to be shouted down.
If Trump manages to somehow pull it off and gets a win, and we make it through those 2 months before he actually gets in office, these people, oh my God, you thought they lost their mind in 2016.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I hope it's full on. Their brains just split open and purple light shoots up into the sky and they all just go insane. Yeah, no, I'm here for it because there's too many dramatic examples of what they have done. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even normal people are like, okay, no, I'll vote for Trump. Never mind. I don't care that he has mean tweets that we don't even see anymore. I don't care. At this point, the only shit would be if you believe the narratives about Bloodbath, even though it's obvious if you go watch, he's talking about the car industry. Yeah, that was smooth.
Dude, that was a perfect example of what they're going to do. To completely just twist it and then go crazy and get through everywhere. And then all the morons just read the headlines, never look in or ever check anything. And then it just becomes truth.
Shout out to Jimmy Dore, who read this to the United Nations, but this is how they frame with their narratives. Let's say that
another crazy lefty who kind of come a little more towards reality.
Let's say that Vladimir Putin was on the street corner on a bus stop, and there was a lady at the bus stop, and she gets up and she's about to be hit by a bus. And so Vladimir Putin pushes the lady out of the way of the bus, saving her life, and the bus quit. The narrative of the mainstream media would start that story at Putin pushes old lady. Do you know what I'm saying? It would leave out completely the context of why he did that. And that is what they do. That's what they do to Trump every single second. And then you realize they've been doing that about everything forever. You have to readjust every single narrative belief you have on almost every single thing. And readjust who told you it.
The point, when people get to that point, sometimes they go too overboard and they're like, I don't believe any mainstream media, but any crazy thing I hear on the internet, now I believe. And that's when like us old hats kind of have to try to talk them down a little bit.
Well, for example, when you hear of the McCarthy and the Red Scare of the 50s, maybe you should reevaluate that, because when we look back and we see Walt Disney himself testifying, oh boy, Hollywood was actually filled with communists, and not just like the fun little communists we have now that are trained, like actual communists reporting back to the. So a lot of events in history now have to be reframed of just, oh boy, was that as good or as bad as I thought?
The old Christian ladies in the 80s were right. That's how I generally try to phrase it. The Satanic Panic,
Watergate, Nixon,
the Red Scare. Let's
bring
those back.
they was I'm just telling you, it gets real interesting. But they also they make the frogs gay, and they say hello to the demons in the tall trees over there.
That's a good example. Is sometimes this stuff gets uncovered and becomes popular, but then people start getting stuff wrong. Disinformation starts getting put in, and then people get a little too gullible, believe some stuff they probably shouldn't, and then it gets turned into Satanic Panic, where it's like, so that's why the truth matters. Even like in Gamergate 2 stuff is like, we got to try to get this stuff right and not be too overboard, or else they use that against us and turn it into it's just a panic.
And the chat, as always, summoned. We might be talking about this later. Yuri Bezmenov was indeed, and also,
we'll talk about it now. I just have to sort through my 35 tabs to find which one it is.
Yeah, if you read the Anthony Fauci book, The Real Dr. Fauci by Robert F. Kennedy, he has not been sued yet, which makes me think many of the things he talked about Fauci and AIDS and testing and AZT, all that is probably true.
Yeah, Fauci, he's probably not our friend. Also, the same guy who is the reason why I was told in middle school in like a big conference room that we were all going to get AIDS.
Everybody has AIDS.
And masks are just for show, guys, but also they're mandatory.
Well, we don't want, you might get a bit of smuts on it. A lot of people touch it inappropriately.
That's two old Jewish voices now, okay? You got to be careful.
Senator.
We're going to have to apologize to the ADL soon. Communist
I can do any voice I want.
warn about 4 stages of subversion, and America is on the last one. When Yuri was talking about this back in the day, we were already on like 2 or 3 of the 4.
He talked about it in the 80s.
It's a cycle. They go through the 4 stages, and then they do it again and again, and they get more and more every time. Yeah. Him and old Billy Gates.
Well, and he says it takes about 15 years because that's how long it takes to indoctrinate basically the youth of any given country. What have we seen happen in our colleges that, Brett Weinstein and Jordan Peterson have been screaming at the top of their lungs about? The infestation of severe Marxist DEI type thinking, wokeism. And did it come out into the real world and get shut down? No one's coming to save us. The adults left or sold out a long time ago. So guess what, kids?
We
all
get
get
to
level up. We're the adults now.
Somehow we're the adults in the room.
I'm scared too.
We're the woke regressive somehow.
We're what we got. Yeah.
How did we end up? Gary was on Fox News, the guy who was cooking meth under a bridge.
Bro, but talk about life goals and changes. Good father. Multiple businesses now. Let's go. But yeah, unfortunately, we're the adults in the room. We have to be the ones to stop this shit.
No one's coming to save us but us.
And that's the thing, though. I have full faith
finger
in all of. I'm scared as shit if you told me it was just you and me. But the fact
I'm scared as shit to be in a room with ABF.
The fact that I would be very comforted around ABF because he probably has severe firepower. What are you doing, gun kata?
Yeah, but very poor trigger safety.
Yeah, well, not this ABF, the actual ABF.
Hold on, not this.
Hey, he don't miss. He don't miss. Yeah, but guys, we're in it together. All right, no one's coming to save us except us, but we're all going to do it together. Nerd Rage will save us all.
Meth under a bridge. Anyone can do it. Yeah. I got my damn jobs by saying that Jeremy and Gary and myself were retarded, and if we can do it, anyone can.
Well, and let's keep in mind, we have had some, if you don't want to call them victories, we've had some significant progression towards getting our side of the message, the narrative, because there's always going to be 2 out there, and just making people understand why everything is shit, why it'll keep being shit, and why if you want it to stop being shit, you should maybe stop just consuming everything. Be customers, not consumers.
And it's not an accident. They're not trying to just do, well, a lot of them are trying to do good, but in reality, it's a giant agenda. That's once people realize, wait, this isn't an accident. That's what usually breaks through a bunch. And then they're like, oh, and mainstream media lies, like 98% lies. Oh, okay. And then once you get people to figure that out, then we got him. But that's when you got to be careful, because then they'll go down some rabbit holes that are a load of crap, and you got to be careful.
I don't know what he's off to do, but don't do anything illegal. I hope you protest very peacefully, very peaceful. Boy, I see a lot of people protesting, and I say, look at them protesting very peacefully. But don't go there. Don't January 6th it by being peaceful. So funny. Yeah, take care, dude. Bly.
Some people say they have the most peaceful, but no, we are the most peaceful.
Yeah, horrible trigger discipline. You gotta get those fingers off. What's wrong with you?
Dude, I just spun these around so many times, I didn't shoot a single innocent bystander.
If I may be homosexual for a moment, everyone please like the stream, and I'm 15 subs away from 3,800, so if you could share it to the Angry Badger, that would be great if you subbed. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. You're gonna get, the weapons here?
You owe me $5 for that.
All right. All right. Put it back. Maybe sound like a.
Hey, we're very serious people here. I'm a professional streamer now. Somehow I don't know how. So we're going to talk about very important things, such as Yuri Bezmenov. The other one is G Van Fleet, which I actually watched her whole interview with Tucker. She spoke up at some like city council or school board or something during lockdowns, and she lived through the Cultural Revolution in China, and she's like, I see it happening again, guys, and it was enlightening.
That you know what? If that's true, I would buy a lottery ticket. I take it personally. Yeah, timeline's fucking you over. That's a special little bit of fun.
If it makes you feel any better, my birthday's on Valentine's Day, which is like the worst day to have a birthday, because either you're single and alone on your birthday and Valentine's Day, or you have a significant other and you have to get someone else presents on your birthday. And Madam Web came out the same day this year, and next year it's going to be Brave New World. So,
and I know
it could be worse.
You're going to love it.
It could be worse.
Twice.
The systematic plan Bezmenov revealed involves 4 fluid stages of communist subversion. Demoralization? Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying, is they kind of go with the flow sometimes, or they start the process over, and it's the whole problem, reaction, solution. They got various ways to go about this. Disorientation, the gender fluid, covers that pretty well. Crisis, and then normalization. In Mao's America, G. Van Fleet talks about the 4 olds. The old ideas, old culture, old customs, and old habits. That's why they attacked all old people, just like during the Summer of Love, they tear down statues and stuff like that. Students would like literally attack and kill teachers and stuff like that.
Bro, did you see the beginning that everyone was talking about of Three Body Problem? Where they show the Cultural Revolution and a teacher is beaten to unaliving it?
Yeah. And that wasn't that long ago. That was in like the 60s or whatever. So it's, people think it was so far away and so outside of us, but like there's such a thin line keeping us from like barbarism.
Yeah, no, we almost saw it at Summer of Love. I'll have you know that Washington was black and non-binary presenting, and I can't wait for the Netflix adaptation of that. Just so you know, all the founding fathers were some form of homo, I'm pretty sure. And they're definitely highly melanated, even though most of them own slaves. I've also heard that true. Yeah.
We will be talking about a very melanated Wild West here if we manage to get to it. So back to Yuri. The first stage in the Bezmenov analysis, demoralization, lasts a generation or more. These people work on generations for turning.
We're solidly into a decade and a half of fucking demoralization, I'll tell you that.
This is the cycle of civilization where you build things up and it's good, it gets too good and easy, and then it starts to get bad, and then we destroy everything. But by destroying everything, we come back together. Usually we become more Christian in the West and turn to God, makes us better people, gives us more unity, and then we come back up, make things good again, and then destroy everything again. They know about these cycles. We do it every 100 years, so like 4 generations, like 90, 80 to 100 years, about 4 generations. And so when the social engineers plan this stuff, they do it like on a generational basis. That is what those are the sort of people we're going up against.
Just to hit home, because you told me about this one time we were talking, this is what hit home for me. What did we grow up in? What generation did we grow up in? What did we see in all of our movies and video games before they changed it? Fucking heroes. We grew up in a generation of heroes, from Luke Skywalker, Superman, Batman, everything. Luke, who refused to give up on his father. We grew up with heroes, and guess what? The hero generation coming to an end.
So the demoralization, they destroy like Judeo-Christian stuff, because it's not even just like a religion Christian stuff. Like we need something to keep us morally right, or we degenerate into freaking heathens. My buddy, he was raised by really strict Christian parents, so he like really hated Christianity. He
Moral
now
scaffolding. Rogan calls it moral scaffolding.
He sends his kids to like a Christian like a daycare or like school and stuff now.
Gary does too. During the coup that happened, because they were the only ones not putting shit and doing crazy weird stuff.
I was raised Catholic till I was 16. Tomog, I got some news for you. Okay, 1 second. So oh wait, fuck! I'm distracted because Tomog. I watched that anime. Holy crap, was it so? Oh my god, it was so good. Like that mirror patch in the movie last night. Mirror patch.
Yeah, and I just want to point out because R2, that is what they did. They systematically took away every strong hero, male hero.
Okay,
because much like disarming a country of their free speech and the weapons they use to protect that free speech, you then need to disarm them of the people that are capable of wielding those, and that is the strong men, which is why patriarchy and toxicity and all that shit has been come to attack the actual strong men. So everyone can be a wafy, non-binary beta cuck that you would have just called gay 20 years ago.
I was raised Catholic till I was 16 and then stopped going to church. But as I listened more like conservatives, I listened to like a lot of talk radio and stuff because I was in cars a lot. I was like, okay, like all these people I like are Christians, and I like come around to it and it's good. And I'm at the point where I'm like, let's just go ahead and make Christianity the official religion. I'm happy at this point to become a Christian. It sounds better than what we currently have. So everything gets destroyed, and then we come back to that. It's not even necessarily like a religion thing. It's unity and hope and believing in a higher power, which also prayer. When you are desperate and you're like at the bottom, for whatever reason, prayer becomes so freaking powerful, and group prayer is like tremendously exponentially more powerful than just one person. So a lot of it is partly that too when we hit rock bottom.
But then doesn't that fucking eventually, if you go too far that route, it goes to the original problem of no one's coming to save us, and we shouldn't be doing things what we think is going to happen in an afterlife. We need to be in the here and now.
They've been tricking Christians with the rapture for so many centuries. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus has been coming back about as long as Kathleen Kennedy's been getting fired from Lucasfilm.
So,
but
they've destroyed that. And then next is the family. We've got negative birth rates in the West. Yeah, they destroyed that. Actually, I thought I almost had an article because conservatives and just normal people are like, we need to have more kids, or like Elon Musk and certain people are like, we need to have more kids. And the left think it's like insane. And I need to mod her. So we are being like demonized for thinking that humans should have more kids. That is the point we're at. Having kids, like the whole reason we exist.
You saw her in that thumbnail and you thought you need to mod her. I was thinking something after mod, but shut up.
She's a professional mod. Just like I'm a professional streamer.
Yeah, not the joke I was making, but shout out Sonia.
Okay, so we are going to, and then you were talking about destroying history, or no, destroying heroes. So part of that is also destroying like national heroes and all that stuff, because it's about destroying that unity, atomizing us and such, like they did during lockdowns. Which is again, it's like the four olds. You got to destroy all that old stuff, and then the new kid, the younger generations don't know what's going on. All they know is all the crazy propaganda. That's why they hate old people, because old people remember when things you were sane and good.
Oh, someone pointed out if 9/11 happened right now, they would be fine with it. They'd be like, yeah, we deserve it.
Hassan? Yeah. Hasanabi? Yeah. He literally believes that.
It would not have national unity. It would completely further divide us. And again, to all those people, I firmly say, get the fuck out. Please get out of the country. Please leave. Seriously.
If Trump wins again, some of them might actually follow through this time. That's
2024.
That's how bad the reaction's going to be. So this is what Tomac had me watch. Thankfully, I was able to find it free online because like it wasn't really on streaming and stuff. Holy crap. So it's this super adorable, female anime characters, like classic what you would expect. She's a total bookworm, like addicted to books, and it's kind of like Victorian style, but they have some magic here and there, and her magic is like paper magic.
How did you feel about when Lucy fought Lucy?
when Lucy fought Lucy, excellent. So Lucy, if I'm remembering correctly, because I'm the worst with names and remembering, is a Ghost in the Shell style character meets like some Stellar Blade, but can also like phase through stuff. So it's like Kitty Pryde, but instead of Elliot Page is Eve from Stellar Blade, or like Major from Ghost in the Shell. Excellent character, plenty of fan service. There was an undershot. Gooch still in chat. We got a like I could see the Gooch in fine detail at one point. But then so that's kind of, she's the opposite of this main character, and spoiler alert, she might not be a good guy, which is, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but it's those opposites and they kind of become friends.
You're saying she has a character arc?
It's adorable. I was rooting for it. It's in 3 episodes, and when I finished each one and went to the next one, I said, "Oh my god, this is so good." That's how I judge things. If I say, "Oh my god, this is so good," all the time, like when I read Batman Hush, like every 3rd page, I was like, "Oh my fucking god, this is so good." That's when I start putting things 9 to 10. And this, it had everything. The music was phenomenal. It was like Cowboy Bebop, if Cowboy Bebop was like 50s spy movie. It was so good. The art style was wonderful. It was in early 2000s. I was shocked.
What a fucking grift you got running. You got paid money to watch something good.
Dude, when I finished it, I was like, I can't believe Tomac gave me $100 and basically $120 now at this point to watch this. Freaking phenomenal, and I've been wanting to watch some anime recently.
Parallel economy.
Yeah. Thank you, Tomac. Like,
no one's giving Piers Morgan $100 to watch something. I say shout out to this one. It's in the middle. It was 8 when 9/11 happened, bro. I was 14.
Oh, I got a story for that one too. Go ahead.
So I was 14. I was getting up. It was like 6 a.m. my time, so about 9 Eastern. Got up, turned the TV on, getting ready for school. Like, I think they were both still up.
Because you're on heathen time. Because I was in
West
school.
Yeah, I was on West Coast. So one of the had been hit and they hadn't gone down. And I watched like, what fucking movie is this? Before I realized, oh, this is on every channel. And then watched them go down live on TV. Yeah. Crazy shit.
So I was in middle school. We were in class, and then the first one hit. And then they're like, we're going to bring the kids into a room with a big TV and put it on.
So we could watch
the second plane hit.
That's
Jesus
morbid.
Christ. Yeah, it's up there with having all the kids watch the Challenger explode.
Bro, it was on PBS. Like literally every single channel, including PBS, had it on. Yeah, so I was a freshman. Man, I'm so glad I didn't sign up. Part of me wishes I had signed up for service, but I would have been, if I lived, I'd be so fucked. I'm waiting for Deadpoolio because he knows. I'd be so fucked up with PTSD or some sort of like the burn pits or like be blown apart. And for nothing. Afghanistan would have pissed me off so bad, that withdrawal. You're telling me we did that shit for all that time? And for what? For you to give them over a billion in weapons or whatever the fuck it is? Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, but I think we were all much younger, obviously. That's exactly what we did in school. We went to the that's bro. Yeah, so I saw it happen live on TV. I did go to school though. I did go to school, and everyone wanted to talk about it. I was like, "What's there to say?"
I am often judged on this channel for my fake nerdery. Back in the day, having to buy individual animes with 4 episodes, this was like $25 back in the day when that was actually worth money, and you'd get 4 freaking episodes. Well, actually, this is the last one, so I think you got like 5 on most of them. But yeah, Cowboy Bebop, if you somehow haven't seen it, oh my god, what's wrong with you? And then if you've seen that and you love it, but you haven't seen Space Dandy, same director, I actually somehow like it even more. It's like they did Cowboy Bebop but added like a Rick and Morty flair to it. Hayden
Wayne has listened to you about
something. We got them. We got another one, boys. Well, I've been thinking about, once I have some more guests on, is I'm just gonna force people to come on here. Naganal, where are you at? You're coming on.
Yeah, we're gonna be adding a day to have guests on.
Yeah, ABF is definitely coming on. So yes, Hayden, if you get that mic, you're coming on.
And I plan to make Gooch come on. I plan to make Vex Electronica come on. A couple other people. So yeah, we will get that ticket. We might be adding a couple other days because we're professional streamers now.
Monday. We might actually finally do the Monday stream this coming week.
Yeah, and bro, I got fucking depressed from the Afghan withdrawal, and I didn't even serve. It's just that is a bumbling of fucking bumblings. A bumbling of fucking bumblings.
This is another one that took me a little while to evolve on, because like our military hasn't always been the best, and they kind of end up being the goons of the globalist, which I fucking hate, because veterans are like some of our best people.
Which, by the way, they're aware of too, but it's about the guy next to you. I've heard it explained so many fucking times. It's sort of like,
I love me some
there.
vets. I'm tired of them being fucking used and abused by these crazy ass globalists.
And even if they
put
know
them on
that,
a southern border, actually defend the country.
And even if they know that, they don't want to leave the guy next to them out there alone, so they fucking go and they keep re-upping. Hayden, I got the mic. I'm going to be getting my laptop ready for this evening. We'll see what happens. Get the fuck out of here.
Any questions about like software and stuff like that? Oh hell yeah! Anything like that? DM me. DMs are open. Hit me up, Hayden. It's Nerd Wars 222 or whatever. But yes, go ahead, professional producer, ma'am.
Mega Defender 98. I have a message to the Fauci cult. The coup is over. The world is done with the mandates. 99% of the people live normal lives again. If you can't take the L, you are as smart as the pro-Hamas protesters. Ah, yes, up on those roofs with their queer support ones. That's right. We'll show them. Shout out. Yeah, the coup is over.
Well,
every time I see someone with a mask or a double mask, I go, God damn, come back to reality. First of all, they never worked. If you can breathe, if air can get through, then guess what can get through, because it's microns smaller. But I am the senator. I would remind you that I am the Senate and I alone. Oh, sorry. Different franchise.
Yeah, during the lockdowns, I dressed up in costumes. I had a mad scientist costume, and then I had my yellow like hazmat suit with like a sheet mask, and I did it 2 or maybe 3 times. And
girlfriend, I thought we were all incels. They don't fucking touch grass, and we don't know anything. Is this girlfriend? No, I believe he's got a real one.
Absolute pleasure having you. Like
shout out Hayden.
Like Hayden, like he literally just like make sure to stop by to be like, "What's up?"
Yeah, no,
the homies, man, I love it.
I was trying to explain. That's why I should have stopped, but I didn't.
I'm so glad.
Leon Stream is like, oh fuck, everyone's here. Look at all these names that we know.
Yeah, bam, right there. Hanging out with the homies, and somehow the homies, they're paying my bills in exchange for me watching like some of the best movies ever made. Tomat gave me $120 to watch an amazing anime.
Mama Sonia said, "Like the stream harder, boys. You will listen to her."
Yes. Sonia, you keep them in line, please.
It sounds different when she tells it to like it harder than when we tell it to.
So I actually, before we forget what was just getting brought up, for some reason I was on this gaming website. Don't ask why.
Who's gonna tell him?
Okay, don't ask why, but Palestinian relief bundle. So they got a humble bundle, but for Palestine. That sounds so awesome. The relief bundle features over 50 LGBTQ video game creators.
Wow.
Badge, you want to? Sorry, Angry Badger. Do you want to tell them?
Oh, good. You remembered. You don't have. No, I think this is great. Like I said, we love all support. When you come, make sure you take pro-Palestine, all queer. Yes, you go to roof. Yeah, and then you hold sign there, and we come behind you to pat you on back and help you to ground level.
Sorry, I meant the Angry Borat is what I meant to call you.
Very nice.
Guys, this should be easy. It's
Saturday
not.
Night Live should be able to be.
But it's because all the idiots that we put in charge of solving this for us are idiots, which is why we, like Hayden and ABF, need to get up off our butts and save
if you
ourselves.
want a website to tell you or maybe help you with that, I would also suggest DEIdetected.com. Shout out Brutus Rambo and
such a good example. Look how much he's fucking done. Just some random dude in Brazil, because he's like, oh, I saw someone else make like a curator page for something. I'll do that.
Free skydiving lessons. That's right.
Yeah. Was it Pinochet's?
You get a one-trip ticket all the way to ground level. Yes, of your local Hamas queer realtor. Yeah,
the premium membership to the gaming website was gifted to me. Okay, I allowed gifts, but yes,
this is pseudo grifting, but I will allow it. I will allow it because you did have a good AI. I'm almost at 20 subs. Charlie, that was a really good queer line thing. So please, everyone go check out, follow him on the Twitch, same name, and sub to him.
If any of our professional mods want to drop a link, if they can find it,
yeah,
it can be kind of difficult when someone only has 20 subs to find their channel. I try to sub to everyone. Sometimes it's difficult.
I appreciate his little hieroglyph emojis of telling stories.
I know. It confused me because I was looking at his badge and I'm like, wait, I have a nuclear badge? He's got nuclear symbol in his name? What? We truly live in the future.
I guess he put the emote in his name and they let him do that. Can you do that? I guess you can do that because we're looking at it.
We're living in the future, Vag.
I love it. He's living in the year 3000. Oh God, this copium.
In the year 3000, we probably won't have movie theaters anymore.
Did you ever see that bit, Conan O'Brien? We probably just going to get sued for that.
Yes, I'm aware. I know things, Badge, except for all the things you guys really like and really want me to know more about. I'm sorry. I apologize. So, the Russo Bros, Avengers Endgame directors, I would say like Civil War directors. I feel like, sorry, I did not care for Endgame, but they don't think it's superhero fatigue, but a big generational divide about how you consume media.
It's not superhero fatigue. It's definitely not superhero fatigue.
It's an everything fatigue at this point.
It's
Everything's changing.
Movie fatigue. Yeah,
shit movie fatigue, which all just happen to be superheroes because Disney just got greedy. They had a good
how
thing
happy
and ruined
everyone
it.
is for Wolverine and Deadpool.
And that's the last thing people are going to be happy and looking forward to, I assume.
Absolutely. Well, I'll be happy on Black Captain America 4 Brave New World because I'm going to be memeing on it. And I'll be happy on Thunderbolts because I'll be memeing on it. And I'll be happy on Acolyte and all the things. But no one else will be happy on it, which is why the shit is getting ratioed because they're already not
Oh my God,
happy.
I'd forgotten about the Acolyte. Are we down to, is it June?
June. Oh, I can't wait.
And it's beginning, so a month. Oh
I can't wait. Let me tell you something.
You can stop being a Warhammer Stellar Blade channel for a little while.
I can stop being an Acolyte channel and doing this is my Leslie Headland voice because, she sounds just like Harvey. Harvey and I used to hold them down together, and that's how I got this job. In fact, I got the bodies buried. I don't know how else.
You keep doing this old Jewish voice. You're not going to be able to talk tonight at your party.
Well, if I did Alex Jones the whole time, or Joker, that would be a problem.
Yeah, you sure like attacking me on you and Mo gang up on me with Alex Jones voices on the GCA.
What?
So there's a generation, let me ungrade this. There's a generation that's used to appointment viewing and going to a theater on a certain date to see something, but it's aging out. Remember when we used to have to watch our favorite show? We'd have to schedule in our favorite shows to watch them when they were on live. And then have to watch a bunch of commercials.
You fucking missed it.
Yeah. You might get a rerun later.
Bro, I remember watching
It's dead.
Buffy.
No one will put up with that crap anymore. And it's changing
Buffy
stuff.
Once More with Feeling, the musical episode, which if you've never watched Buffy, not to pull a Mauler here, but yes, it is a good show. And dude, everyone was watching that when ratings were ratings, when 25 million people were watching Seinfeld on the season finale or whatever.
Before ratings became impressions.
2 seconds of a fucking thing and it counts as a view.
Yes. While Edward Norton agrees linear TV is kind of toast. Guess what? Guess who's replacing it?
Oh, yeah. We had this conversation also last night. It's not coming back, folks. It'll exist always in some form, but the legacy media is gone and never coming back. The movie industry is gone and never coming back the way it was.
Paramount is so messed up. They fired the CEO before the earnings call, and then the earnings call was it's over.
Oops. And then you can thank Robert Kurtzman, Star Trek Kurtzman Trek for this because Yellowstone, had you not fucked around, had you just had the level of Picard season 3 with the Terry Metalis, we would be in a lot better place, and Yellowstone would have been able to save it. But even Yellowstone can save the fucking garbage dumpster fire.
It just goes to show, just 2 or 3 stinkers even can just bring your whole freaking studio down. And Paramount's the
word
one.
of mouth.
They're talking about merging with some other bankrupt company, right?
There's a couple people that were talking about buying them. Yeah, so I don't know what the hell is going on right now. It wouldn't make sense for me for anyone to buy anyone, considering everything is contracting and like making less and less, unless it was just to simply absorb and use them to like pay off debts or something like. I don't know. It seems like a weird idea at this point.
And of course, and this is going to be happening more and more, is Paramount Plus failing is probably a big reason.
Right.
And all these streamers are failing except for Netflix, and then I think Max like is broke even basically.
Yeah. Obviously, because
this is gonna be happening more and more.
Netflix does the tried and true, right? It gets things that have already been proven. Max had some of those big tentpole movies and classic shit like that. And Amazon, and Apple, good. Amazon and Apple, they can tank these losses because they have a bunch of revenue with other things. Like, even though, shout out, I will say, talk about something good for a second. Apple TV does have some good things on there, like Earth to the Moon, For All Mankind, rather. And there's a couple of them. Ted Lasso and
Tetris.
Severance, Tetris.
Do you have Apple TV?
Yeah, I do.
Did you watch the Godzilla show?
No, I have the Monarch one with Kurt Russell and his son. Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was not great. Chris Gore, shout out, didn't like it. Did you like it? I'll watch it if you liked it. You're a movie reviewer, and I trust you now.
Apple TV? You think I have Apple TV?
Oh, you could pirate it. I thought you could sail the seas.
I'm a good law-abiding Christian boy. Thank you very much.
Okay, so yeah, Melanie, I would suggest at least signing up to watch For All Mankind and Severance and Ted Lasso, which I know Mr. Tech Rat will want me to say. And then like bouncing out. Foundation, I've heard hit and miss on that. Oh, C, where everyone was blind. It was Jason Momoa and then Batista. He came in there. Yeah, that was a good one too. So yeah, there's some good shit on there. But yeah, Great Dead Pulio says the Godzilla show sucked ass. I just heard it was boring. That was what Chris Gore said.
I would say Jason Momoa actually makes a really great The Fall Guys cameo.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go see The Fall Guy tomorrow.
And then I was like, Jason Momoa, but then it ended up being really funny.
Lord Botha says Sony put in a $26 billion offer to buy them. Okay, that was what it heard. I had heard someone trying to. Sony, I guess that maybe makes sense, especially since they're fucking doubling down on their retarded Spider-Man universe with no Spider-Man. I don't know.
Yeah, Kraven the Hunter got pushed back too.
Kraven, who's not Kraven, he's Kraven Jr. And yeah, the Madam Webs, who at least we got Sydney Sweeney and Dakota Johnson like memeable material over it.
Well, her on the red carpet.
Yes.
Man, I will say though, looking for thumbnails. She's maybe possibly done some lingerie ads. That's all. I'll leave it there.
Yes.
There are some Sydney Sweeney photos I would love to put in a thumbnail, but even I'm like,
I literally think her sense of humor. She seems really authentic, and like when she had that sweater saying "Sorry, I have nice tits." Come on, people. That's how you deal with it. You just be a real fucking person, please. Like that's why people like Keanu Reeves. That's why people like Jeremy Renner. Can you just be real?
Glee star Darren Criss. God. I'm culturally queer thanks to San Francisco upbringing.
He played an actual gay person on Glee, which I guess I'm gay too because I was watching it at the time. But
sorry, I'm
straight.
Culturally straight, badge.
You're culturally a lot of things that I wanted to call you gamer words, but I didn't. I'm also
we do that after the stream, Badger.
Yeah, but the soft R and hard R.
We did get invited to the hypnotic group chat, so that's probably where we should keep that.
I think that means that we're cool now, that we're accepted.
We're one of the cool kids, guys.
Yeah.
See, can't you tell?
Yeah. I think we're in the club. I don't know what we're doing, but I know we're doing it really well. It means you take it then to poop. Oh, that was the other thing. Hashtag booty blowout. It means you probably get your booty blown out.
Oh my God. Wait, what?
If you're culturally queer, you probably get your booty blown out. Yeah, we're talking about booty blowout last night.
Oh, okay. There we go. I needed a little more context there.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. And hold on. Yeah, I like what I was saying. Erwin is culturally retarded. Fully culturally retarded. He went all the way.
ABF, I'm suing you right now. I'll settle out of court, though. I'll settle out of court.
Oh my!
For that slander.
Like OVA, get ready, boy. If you like the OVA, I think you would like the anime. Someone ripped the DVD set to the Internet Archive. It goes off in episode 1 at least. What the? Okay, explain it to me like I'm 5. What the fuck is? If you like the OVA, what is OVA?
That's just because I think it was like a manga or something, and then they turned it in like a 3-episode, basically movie, and that's what I watched. But now there's apparently an anime, but then we got a Internet Archive. Dude, the Internet Archive links never work for me. When you're on like Bounding into Comics or whatever, and you try to click on one of those things, do they actually open for you? Because they don't want to like give them revenue, so they try to do the archive link. They never work for me. Oh,
Don't
Princess
fuck
Bride.
around. Okay. As you
Actually,
wish.
Honestly, so I watched my 2 from yesterday. If we get to 100 today, which we got another hour, we're probably getting pretty close. Princess Bride is probably the one I will be watching.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to be careful
40.
when the Badger
We're at 40.
Legion raids you with the booty blowout. It's
Yeah, another 60 and I will watch Princess Bride.
Thank you. Original video animation.
But we'll probably just watch Princess Bride anyways.
Original video anime.
We technically broke 300 yesterday. We need another goal past 200. I like 250, maybe 300. We make Badger watch something. I literally have a Badger section on my sheet now.
Yeah, but
it's
I have like
much
one thing
smaller
you
than
guys
mine.
really want me to watch. Gooch wants me to watch it. So
Wait,
I can
what?
review the second season. You know, you've told me like 3 times.
What, Arcane?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm adding it to the list. It was kind of, actually, I didn't have it on the list because it was already implied you have to watch that or else.
Never go up against a Sicilian when death is involved.
Wait, Tomak might want to know this. This guy doesn't watch anime because it weirds him out because the characters look white. First off, that's weird. Second off, though, anime characters do look white 100%.
I
but
love that you
he
fully agreed with me, but still threw me under the bus.
He hasn't even he hasn't watched Studio Ghibli movies. So my thought is we hit 250 and we force him to we pick which Studio Ghibli movie he has to watch. My favorite is Howl's Moving Castle. Figure there's also like Spirited Away. Princess Mononoke would be good.
I've been recommended Arcane enough that I will watch it, especially since I do want to go on Gooch's channel to
the first
second
like
season.
4 episodes or whatever is when they're young, which is really good. But
I'll
once they
sit
get
through it. I'll watch the whole thing.
It time skips to when they're older, and that's when it really takes off.
I do not think that means what you think it means. You're gonna be quoting the shit out of. I know. I'm sorry. I can't. It's good. It's good. Yeah. No. I think
technically,
I'll
probably watch it. If we hit 100, I will definitely watch it. But we hit 300 yesterday, and I didn't get you guys something. So I'll probably.
You know how some people get weirded out by like antiques? It's like a weird phobia or whatever.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's a thing. I think Angelina Jolie says she has it. When I watch some animes, I get weirded out as I explained to you.
Was weird.
And this, even Final Fantasy 15, which I played on the Xbox, where it's like, okay, it's Asian and Asian culture, but everyone looks like fucking white Americans, and like it's very like it throws me off of like 2 different realities. And it's like some of them I'm all right with, and some of them just throw me off. Like I've watched Pokemon and shit, but yeah, a lot of the anime just weirds me out. Yeah, well, fuck you. It should count a little bit.
I know, but like
Sailor Moon.
Like compared to like say a Princess Mononoke, which is
no, I know that's different. I know that's
like
different.
An epic masterpiece and very
no, I know that's
not
different.
what you think of like mainstream people think of anime with like the clay and all that crap.
Yeah,
it's very real.
You know what's funny? I've watched some of those, but for the cooking parts, like the animated cooking and like binging with Babish, like make something from one of those animes.
Oh wait, we got some more. Oh, sorry.
That was Lord Botha was explaining it real quick. Asians always depict most of their lead animated characters with white almond-shaped eyes because culturally they're considered more attractive.
Yeah,
okay,
what's exotic is attractive to people. Because like white people tend to get darker, and in Africa they buy like skin bleach and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whatever's exotic is we often find hot.
And yeah, good. Melanie understands. Oh my God, anime food is like porn. Yeah, no, they really go hard on it, and a bunch of food like content creators do that. They'll take anime food and then actually make it. And I do love those videos because it's fucking super. Oh, good, I'm not alone.
I love me a classic like Goku eating like an entire meal in like 3 seconds. Bly, we're gonna have to do something about that.
I'm gonna lose my fucking racist Asian card here from Jet. I think he's kind of racist. He sees Asian drawing Asian, he thinks they're white. I would direct you
are white
to Lord Botha here.
Here's how I know. If you have a series you like, and then they live action it, and they put Japanese actors in as the characters, you're like, it doesn't look anything like them.
Yeah,
because the characters aren't Asian. I said it.
Yeah.
There, I said it. And I'm allowed to because I identify as Asian.
So it's not even that I have a problem with it. It's just that when I watch it, that recognition is constantly flinging, and it's like it distracts me from fucking. I don't know why that is. But
that's the weird part that I'm calling you out for.
No, that's fine. But I do think it's funny that like it's been pointed out that it is a cultural thing and that we all, being different is depending on where you are. And I know in like South Korea, they were the ones doing the surgery to actually make your eyes rounder and shit like that. And I know they've done that in Japan too. That's fucking hardcore. Spoiler, Erwin had it to make it smaller. Asian adjacent.
This is the anime. Oh my god, this is the anime that's so freaking good. I will try to find the other one. I can't. No promises. But oh my god, the movie is so good. I'm saving. Once we run out of all the classics, I will start on TV shows. But those are a whole time.
Bro, I don't know, but I listen to it every single fucking time until they get to the one of Jeremy and Gary on the Just Dance part, like. Whatever the Japanese disco song that they play at the end of Friday Night Tides, I listen to it every single time.
My anime started from like Toonami animes and then Dragon Ball Z. It would come on after school. So I go to my buddies
to get into it. Yeah.
It was, we started during like the Frieza thing when they had like the 30 episodes to power up, and then Cell, and then I think somewhere around halfway through like Majin Buu. Once Majin Buu wasn't the hilarious fat Majin Buu, I was like,
So there was a divide. I'm sorry, but back in my day, you were a fucking nerd if you like Dragon Ball Z and all that shit. You would get made fun of.
There we go. Yeah, I know. And we got through it, and then it became mainstream, and then the horrible wokies came in and destroyed everything.
Like, bro, even back in the day, if you like Star Wars, you were cool. If you like Star Trek, you were an uber fucking nerd. Like, that's how it was before they really divided us, and now it's just nerds are nerds. It doesn't really matter. On the disco tune all weekend after.
That's actually
it's a really
great
good
transition. I have been so culturally queer my whole life, not because I'm trying actually. I was gonna say not because I'm trying to be cool, but I'm gonna erase that because I am trying to be cool.
It's a disco version of Baka Matai from the Yakuza games. All right, I'm fucking be listening to that one on repeat. Baka Matai.
The things in my life that I've tried to emulate, learn from, and be inspired by are 100% queer as fuck. Why are they trying to put this in all our kids' schools and kids' shows and all that? Is it because kids want to try to be cool and then they see all this stuff and they try to do it and they're inspired 100% to be queer as oh, wait.
That's basically what we found out from Abigail Schreier, that a lot of this trans stuff can be passed on like a social contagion. Speaking of being passed on, Tomac has DM'd you the link on Discord. Oh, you boomer. The GCA one.
The GCA one?
I hope.
Yeah.
Because I barely understand that shit either. Even though I posted the link to this stream there. I'm all for some Asian booty blowout, but be careful with that.
It was in queer communities that I found people that I idolized. Like this, they replaced our heroes with drag queens.
Storytime.
And so my question is, Gary and his San Diego and also San Francisco, some too, right? Does that mean Gary is queer culturally?
I mean,
exposed in 4K?
Famously, Gary left prison and then moved with with Mel to San Francisco. Well, she's a hairstylist. There's a whole gay analogy there. Yeah, yes. No, he's even said it. Like, we would all be very like. All the people that have problems with gay and trans, like Gary lived in San Francisco, but have no problem with any of that talk. Like, again, they're the ones that make it issues and take already progressive people and like skewer it how we're somehow insane.
I can't be racist. I identify as way too many things. I was literally a BIPOC in a previous life, Laud. Thank you very much. I can't be racist.
I'll embrace the racism.
Well, you're allowed to.
Yeah,
because you're an honorary black person, because you're pretend Puerto Rican.
I think I'm better than a lot of people, but not because of my skin color.
Okay, yeah. So actually, all that ties back into disorientation. I finally brought it back. We're back on track, Pat.
It's called baffling them with bullshit.
A condition wherein the masses feel bewildered and helpless. And yeah, they try to get you to black pill. Some amount of black pilling is good because you need to understand just how bad the situation is, but you can't let black pilling make you feel helpless and hopeless, because there is an answer, and it's us getting off our ass. It's Hayden getting a mic finally. We can do it, guys. There's no reason to feel helpless. We are the solution. You know the person who is the solution.
You know what's sad is it's such a flow of consciousness. Like, did I say the hard R? not even embarrassed. I'm trying to say, did I say it? Probably was warranted if I did. They have baffled us with bullshit for 10 years. They've made it so that you can't find any clear, everything we say, like this happened a lot with the COOF, where you would point to a study and then someone else would point to 3 other studies, and then everyone's going, and you can't trust any source of information, and that's what they want. For there to be no clear source to look to. Oh, here we go. Hold on.
You give us a. Can you give? Wait, first though, can you give us a Fauci? I am the science for us first.
Senator, I am the science. By the way, boys, for $9.99, Lord.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, boys, we're
spamming.
I'm not a big fan of the Sony in Helldivers Discord. Look it up. I'm not a big fan of The Government by Chris Adams. 1 minute, we won't get hit. Also loosely tied with Dragon Ball. Yeah, it's got to be a multi-front attack. So on the Discord, on the Helldivers Discord, they're spamming, I'm not a big fan of Sony, and I'm not a big fan of The Government by Chris Adams, which apparently is...
My audio is weird because of headphones and stuff, so if it's a video, we're going to have to play a sound. Tag you, Mr. Producer Man.
Yeah, no, I did.
Also, thank you, Lord Botha.
Yeah.
Now, we're at 50, so at 50, I'll finally put a costume on. Congratulations, we hit the costume stage. 50 more, and I have to watch Princess Bride, but I'll probably watch it anyways for ABF.
I identify as a poorly made container of highly enriched weapons-grade autism with a hair trigger. Problematic John? Why, is that you there? Yeah, there's a lot. That's the problem.
Yeah, where is
Gary
John?
talked about it. I have not seen him in a while.
We got to get him back on. We have to invite him back on so he comes back to chat.
I'm getting a little worried. I think he's doing a deep dive, and he might have shut himself off to society. Helldivers Discord turned on 2FA security to keep people out. Yeah.
So like you got to sign up with a text message as well as like your Discord email too.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look your phone or some shit. Yeah, that's how they're gonna do it. They want this is just like the crazy shit of people who said they don't want you to be able to have social media without linking your real name.
That's often what we talk about. That's what all like Gamergate 1 was about, is we can't have people online being anonymous, being mean. And that's what the Helldivers like Sony is. We got to be able to ban people because we don't want people to be mean to the trans kids playing Helldivers too.
Bro, Princess Bride is goated. You don't even have to watch it with like, sure, get laid, watch it with a chick, but also you watch it on your own. The chatty duel, the 3 challenges, True Love, Peter Falk doing the voice, Columbo doing the voice from the kid from the Wonder Years. It's good. It's good. You should have to make a bro. That is the most. I'm telling you, I don't. If we exactly did it, but they are doing that so that they can ban people faster, so that they don't have to go to Steam and say, "Hey, I know there's a billion Johns, but this one with some number after it, ban them." They can just ban you instantly on your PlayStation, and yeah, you can get full on dark with that. Of what they're Discord, saying you said something wrong, ban you.
There aren't unique Steam IDs? Is that the case? I thought you had like a hashtag number thing.
There are. So the lie then would be is that takes too much time for them to have to do a middleman of, hey, this is the Steam ID, and then having Steam do it. They want to be able to do it themselves. And the reason I suggested that is because they want to be able to silence, just like that. They want to be able to silence anyone with hate. Exactly. Even if you're playing into the satire of the game and you're making comments, they will ban you. Yeah, exactly.
Which is why we got Thought Police here. You all better stay in line, Sonia. I'm deputizing you as a fellow Thought Police woman. And I believe that's what Thought Police would call them.
We are lowering the standards again for a female entry.
Honestly, I bet she could beat the physical.
Bro, there's some cops.
Test.
Like, I wanted to be a cop back in the day, and I think I just barely was over the height requirement at the time. But there's some fucking cops that are shorter than me. They came up to me like this. I was like, how did you get, why? Anyone could body slam you. What are you doing?
Sonia's watching all of you. You better behave. I don't want to see anyone complimenting Badger, okay? I see too much of that crap.
I don't know what Badger said or Leon said, but I'm sure he did say it first, even though he's
okay. Wait, so you got to pull up the video for our good friend Lord Botha, who, thanks to him, finally got me into a costume.
Well, what's the video? He said it was on the Helldivers. I'm not on the Discord.
Look up. I'm not a big fan of the government by Chris Adams. I can attempt to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. You are the professional producer.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm the Jamie.
So I don't want to step on your feet. Also, I'm lazy.
He said it won't get you hit, so I guess we can play it.
Yeah. Like these headphones are also mic, and when I try to do the audio, it gets fucking weird. So, Badge is in charge. I'm sorry about that. I promise I didn't forget about you. I thought Badge was already doing it, but I will definitely
No.
put a mark in his permanent record for you.
Okay, you ready for this?
Let's fucking go, bro.
Let me speak to the people, Piccolo. Let me speak. No one's stopping you. They need to hear this. 30. They need to hear this. One thing, I'm not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30. I'm not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30. I'm not a big fan of the government. 30. I'm not a big fan of the government. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of the government. I'm not a big fan of the government. Not a big fan of the government.
Wait, pause it for a second.
Fan of the
What?
government.
Isn't this amazing?
Is it going to say that over and over and over again?
I get the feeling that it's going to say this over and over again.
Did we just get rickrolled? I agree. I'm definitely also not a fan of the government, especially now that I'm self-employed and I learned about self-employment tax. Believe me, I am ready to insurrect all over the place. But as an official professional thought policeman, sadly, I can't. Bat!
Now, do you want me to finish this?
I didn't break my sunglasses. Man, that hurt. Let's do a little more. Let's do a little more. Turn it down a little. Dude, that thing is red spiking so hard. Oh my god.
I have ear cancer.
I was expecting some Piccolo and stuff. All right.
See what we do.
We love you. If that wasn't enough, please let us know.
Yes.
Badger will refund you out of his personal account.
Alec Bob would figure you skipped the best part where they say not a big fan of the government.
Yeah,
I love it.
Well, at least whatever that Yakuza song isn't stuck in anyone's head
I do
anymore.
want to read this. The Wayfarer. I remember when Erwin and Badger's first streams, the feeling out, the way to keep the convo going. Now you guys are just in sync. You go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1.99 seconds. 199. We've synced up like a couple of old biddies.
Like
We're
an
flowing
angry badger.
strong. Smells like rust and copper pennies in here. Booty blowout.
Oh my god. Demonetize. Please help with the demonetizing by
And I will tell you this, every stream,
another 50 for Princess Bride.
all of my Friday streams have gone to yellow, and then I appeal it and they go to green. So
yeah,
review.
I need to do it. I've been getting too many of them demonetized. It's going to start making me look bad.
All right,
for my videos.
You got us up to speed. It's the new meme. That's good to know. It's good to know.
Okay.
Much like the lore, much like professionals that we are, the lore changes fast and furious. So it's very hard to keep up with all the things. Yeah, the booties in sync. We be twerking to save lives. The Shooty Gatwa special, the She-Hulk special. You have to fight it with memes. That is true though. We fight it all with memes.
ABF keeps us in line. Or else.
The ladies in chat, not ABF, but the ladies in chat and ABF and Hayden and the Alex Darby's.
We've got the loveliest of ladies as well.
Oh, I have a 2.2% female audience apparently. So fucking low.
Dude. It's normally for us. It'll be like 7, 8, 9, 10%.
Yeah, it's what it said. Unless it didn't, I could check it again. Yeah, it's not good.
Can we get mods? Can we get a link to Badgers for the ladies in chat?
I don't get it. It's so sad.
Poor
so sad.
Have you tried being angrier?
They do like when I'm angry. Yeah, 2.9%. So we're approaching on 3%.
I think we can round that up to a 3%.
We're approaching on 3%, and 14
LL
away
cool
from
badge.
3,800.
Hello, cool badge.
Yeah, if I get 14 women to please subscribe to the channel, it might up our. Yeah.
Okay, so I have
Leon.
Wait, no, that worked. Did I stop sharing? Oh yeah, you added something else. Okay. I thought yet another thing broke. Professional. No. Like, yes. LL Cool Badge. So, Helldivers 2 community manager claims negative feedback regarding PlayStation Network account requirement will not make a difference. We're about to talk about Yuri Bezmenov again. Speaking of demoralization. But here's the thing. Okay, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Here's the thing. I feel like we might be able to have an effect on account of Big Rat Killer if he's still in. Shout out to him. Over 100 and now 30,000 negative reviews for Helldivers 2 since Sony mandates PlayStation Network account to play on PC.
Speaking of booty blowout, just be as gay as Dan Bass. Up the ladyship. Oh my God.
Anner's in the chat.
Yay! Anders for 20. Happy to be one of the proud but few. Laugh out loud. Love you. Yes, Anders is definitely one of my 2.9%. God bless you. And I believe also Sonia and Melanie are also part of my team. So you guys are the elite, the proud, the few.
We
Anders,
don't
shout
have
out.
many, but the ones we have are the best of them.
Quality. I will say that, and a little bit of blowing, but no blowing. This chat, the chat, and when I say this chat, I mean this chat that we follow us from all the Hypnotic and the Fellowship and the 199. It is literally the best group of people on this corner of the internet. No more chats. I've seen them. It's fucking painful. Are they this engaged, this witty, this on points? A bunch of fucking mouth breathers out there. So thank you guys.
Okay.
Tomak.
Okay.
Only
because it's you, Tomak.
Look at 24-hour Cinderella. All right, I'll look at it right now. Does Leon count? Yes, Leon should count as part of my 2.9% female representation.
Wait, does it show like non-bi? Because you can pick the different genders. Does it show the like how many pronouns watch you too? Yes, and Anders is the highest of
24-hour Cinderella. All right.
Yeah, Tomak, you're doing the Lord's work here. And taking us down some rabbit holes. And that's what I loved, was because obviously I want to watch the classics, but what I really want is you guys to recommend those diamonds in the rough for me. That's what I really want to get to. So we got to knock out the Commandos and stuff, which I think we got a couple more stories and we'll go back to some of the other things I watched. Because next one is Alien. I saw Alien in theaters. You guys gave me money. At night, I watched Predator, went to bed, woke up, went to the movie theater, and saw Alien for the first time in theater.
All right, Tomak, we're blaming you for this, good or bad.
Is this one getting us struck? Is this the song? Oh, is this the really bad karaoke? Okay. Wait, pause it. Pause.
What? This is a banger.
How is your singing voice? You can do voices. How is your singing voice?
It depends on the song.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to sing along in this Japanese for us. Go. It's for the people. I think we almost hit 100, or we might be at 90 or something.
I was already singing.
We hit the threshold.
Singing. Yeah.
Were you saying Shimase Omi-sama?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, sorry. I apologize.
Too fast, Jesus Christ.
That's it. That's it. Pause it. It's over.
It's painful. Need some sake.
I like that you did about 2 or 3 syllables normal and then immediately went Asian voice.
Takurama
No.
All right, well, fuck you then. Fuck you then, punk. Thank you, Tomak. Thank you, Tomak, for giving this to us.
So bro, he's like, here's this really great select. He's like, here's this really great thing I'm going to donate for you to watch. I'm like, oh, it's so good. And then immediately trolls us with 2 more.
They're literally.
Can we trust him ever again?
There's like 9 fucking Yakuza games, and they're all on Game Pass. But they all seem to almost be the same.
One of these days, we're going to have where you guys can get me to play video games. I got like 2. I got to be Knights of the Old Republic, and I want to play Chrono Trigger. After that, I might have to play a Yakuza game for the first time. We'll see.
It's very good, the karaoke. It is not a racist if you're doing an authentic voice.
Yeah, I know they've got lots of weird mini games, right? Chat, what's the weirdest mini games?
The one where you have to go to the vending machine to buy schoolgirl panties.
Oh god!
And you have to balance out hitting the buttons.
Shinmu? Was that the one where you're just like going around the town? What? No, he can do both. He can whip it out on both channels. There's probably enough to go around.
Oh, there's definitely there's a badger for everyone. I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
Okay, well,
I gotta get into him. I want to play him for, if nothing else, just like posterity to say that, like, yeah, I've played like a couple of them. I still got them downloaded, but like It's hard to get into them, especially when there's 9 of them.
Yeah, that sort of thing is definitely a barrier to entry. It's like One Piece. All right, I'm going to start. Well, I watched 2 episodes. Now it's just 1,000 more to go. So they say that we aren't going to make a difference. And there was
that community manager, Mr. Spitz, not to be confused with Swallows.
Oh, well, there was, we weren't going to make a difference.
Because they'd be saying that a lot.
Turns out, though, Stellar Blade removed a Kotaku retweet, which I think was the Alyssa Mercante, Eve is even hotter when she's covered up article. So Grums is like, this is not a good look. And apparently, Stellar Blade account removed the retweet.
Yeah, it's racist if you say my name Badger. You have to say Badger. Badger. It's like Badger.
Or Badger.
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Acceptable.
So
they claim we don't have an effect on things, but I feel like we might be able to.
There's a couple of these. There was, I think there's something. I'm trying to think what controversy it was, but it was Grums calling someone out, and then they're like, "Why are you doing that?" Well, it's always Grums, right? No. If it's one of those things of like it's no big deal, and then they proceed to show us how not a big deal it is. Pronouns. What's the big deal? It's just pronouns. What's the big deal? It's just an account. You know what? You don't have a computer. You don't have phones. You don't have an email.
Yeah, it turns out the Stellar Blade community manager is a crazy woke tart too. Whoever would have guessed a community manager was crazy? All of them. You can't find one. The Geeks and Gamers community manager has the gay flag in her bio, and she's good people. You just can't, like, community managers. Good luck finding one that is culturally straight.
Jeremy is woke. He's progressive, so he hired. He's the actual progressive that doesn't give a shit. What
actual like
color
colorblind
or sexual. Actual colorblind hiring that is on meritocracy. The wet dream of Martin Luther King that is now being corrupted. Ridiculous.
Apparently, petition close to 75K. So yeah, I understand why he said that it might not change stuff, because this stuff is probably like contractual and whatnot. But even if we don't get him to fully change it, we can probably get him to do something. And 130,000 negative reviews, like that game was so well reviewed. I don't think it had made it to overwhelmingly positive. I think it was just a mostly, if not overwhelmingly. And now, because they've got the like all reviews and then the recent reviews are, I think, overwhelmingly negative now at this point.
Yeah, well, and that's the point is people are still they're still defending Shift Up, but that's going to keep changing as Shift Up starts to do more squirrely shit and trying to back it up. Like, well, we always meant it to look like that. All right.
Yeah,
you have chosen death then in Minecraft.
And every time we get like cope and excuses, and it's like I want to give them benefit of the doubts, but they keep
running
failing.
Thin.
They keep failing.
Fucking running thin.
Et tu Brute. It keeps happening.
Don't get fancy with me.
And that's why anyone who has hope for like Henry Cavill Warhammer, I'm just like from the beginning. It's just like
stop it. I don't look.
But Henry Cavill has all this control.
Does he though?
So
does he though? So a lot of the people I see is them talking about Henry's not going to react to this the way you think he is, meaning he's going to capitulate and be completely fine with it. I don't think he will ever turn on us. For The Witcher, they tried to call him toxic, and he schooled us that no, we're passionate and we have every right to be. I think he'll hold on, but we will see how much control he has. Speaking of control,
we need it. You got time to come on, Hypno? We need an expert guest. So sorry,
you asking him on? You asking him on?
Oh no, that homo? No.
You should.
No, only Giga Chad's allowed on this panel. Sorry.
Shout out, bro. Good stream last night.
I'm the only one allowed to wear a costume on this panel. Thank you very much. Unless we hit 150 and then Badge has to whip it out.
I meant to ask Hypnotic, that particular hood, is that supposed to be like an Assassin's Creed hood? Because you do have the eagle.
Do you notice how have you seen the new one? How white it is, Mr. Leader of the Bigot Army? Yeah. I noticed this one's pretty gray. The new one's pretty pure white.
It's a little on the nose, but I think it's all right. Yeah, no worries, bro. We're just teasing you. We do actually want you on. We just want to call you gay.
We're too cool for guests. Badger keeps trying to get me to get guests on, but I'm like, if I have guests on, then how am I supposed to talk the whole time?
Yeah, well, also, as pointed out by the Wayfarer, we're pretty retarded and synced up like a bunch of old biddies, so we go back and forth. But yeah, we are going to add in a day where we'll have multiple guests or guests, on that day. Yeah, shout out. Really building something here.
Oh,
On
we're
that
at
road to
99.
50,000 subs.
We're at 99. I'm gonna call that a hundy. Princess Bride.
99.
Princess Bride. Is that what we're watching?
Oh, please, yes. That's what I say. 100% Princess Bride.
All right. If anyone in chat would like to complain, feel free to. ABF generally gets what ABF wants, though. So might as well talk about Predator. Oh my God. 9 out of 10 for sure. I want to say 9.5 out of 10. What
God
the hell?
bless.
Why didn't you guys make me watch this sooner? What is
I'm
wrong with you
so
guys?
glad you didn't have a fucking bad take on this. You didn't have a Leon level take. You didn't have a stuttering Craig although maybe that might be false information we haven't heard. Either way, I'm glad you liked it. This is literally
A bunch of
one of my favorite movies.
John gamer words.
Yeah.
This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
Bro.
How could you not give that a 9.5? I think I have to.
When I panicked and Mahler asked me like what was my favorite movie, was Predator was like the only thing that and like Tremors, like because these are the movies I've watched a billion times.
Do
So
I
I'm
have
so
to add
fucking
Tremors?
glad-
Tremors. I'm adding it. I'm picking up the pen right now, bitch. $100 more and I have to watch Tremors. I'm trying, guys. I swear. I'm too busy picking out costumes for you guys.
Like
I forgot I was wearing 2 hats.
Erwin went into an abused wife right there. It was like, I'm sorry, I'm writing it. Don't even say anything. I'm writing it. Don't hit me.
The first fight in the village, the amount of explosions and the size of the explosions was outrageous, which is something I've been noticing in these 80s action movies.
Into a completely different movie, which is I love. Yeah, it starts off testosterone, a bunch of slack-jawed figurity in this. It's the fruit. I love that. Eat this, turn you into a goddamn sexual tyrannosaur, just like me.
The Arnold puns, which as we talk about Commando later, if we have time, the Arnold puns, I've been a big fan of. Some of them don't land. Commando, they were landing like crazy, and they were pretty darn good in Predator. I also like Jason Ventura's I Ain't Got Time to Bleed.
I ain't got time to beat Alec Baldwin's free. This makes complete sense.
Well,
you are fucking Burt Grumner.
Princess Bride or Tremors? Currently, I think Princess Bride's winning, and Tremors will be the next.
Princess Bride, but then Tremors right behind it. Yeah, Alec. Shout out.
The cloak effect was rough. The invisible predator effect did not look the best. I'm generally pretty forgiving of the special effects. I love that they're bad, but that one was a little.
Did you know that Jean-Claude Van Damme was originally going to be the alien in the suit? Because they wanted him to be live, and he even showed up on set, but it wasn't working, and so they rehired
the Predator
in costume. Jean-Claude.
Anner wins. Princess Bride first. So I will say I love the cinematography. The being in the jungle was such a perfect setting because you put the camera like anywhere at any angle you want, and make it work well and be interesting. And then they'd use a lot of like the foliage to add some depth, and then you switched over to like the Predator heat vision and stuff like that. Great job. Kept you entertained. No boring parts whatsoever, but without being too crazy like some of the shaky cam movies can get with all the cuts and stuff.
I'm so fucking happy that you liked it. And like I said, this is John McTiernan.
My testosterone levels went up.
He did Die Hard.
Oh, which is on the list. It's on the list. I'm gonna watch it. Please feel free to scream at me. You were trying to. You weren't even actually commenting. You were just trying to secretly ask if I'd seen Die Hard.
Yes.
Yippee-ki-yay. If it bleeds, we can kill it, of course, was great. Oh, wait, before that, the blind firing into the jungle scene where they shoot like 1,000 rounds and like deforest the entire jungle.
That's what Alec Baldwin's finger does every day when he's blown. He's just Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for Five, a movie I love. Is we talked about this, Last Action Hero, and I did tell him to put it on the list. But
no,
it's lower
you
on the list.
Smeared it. Okay,
no, I
didn't add it, but it's on there.
I said it's underrated. Some people aren't fans of it, but I love how the film pokes fun at all the ridiculous tropes and act. Right, like his gun not needed to be reloaded, and yeah.
When I watched Commando with my buddy, he was trying to remember a movie. And I was like, Last Action Hero. And he's like, yeah, because he had watched it a ton. So I have someone who would like to watch it. I'm working on it, Anners, I swear.
Yeah, that scene was like 10,000 rounds for sure.
And then that brings us to my favorite line when Carl Weathers' arm gets blown off, which I discussed on the GCA podcast. Links in the chat. his arm gets blown off and he keeps shooting the gun. And I had the subtitles on at that point because I was having a little trouble understanding some people. And the subtitle in parentheses says gun continues firing. So seeing gun continues firing as a random decapitated arm shoots a gun.
Baby girl. Sonia, you ain't
beautiful.
seen Die Hard either? Definitely watch that one. Definitely. That is a classic. With Snape of all, Alan Rickman. Yeah, no, did you really not get that? Like, he was shooting, right? And so when the plasma caster blows his arm off, the nerve damage like has his hand locked in like a death grip.
Yeah.
That's dope, dude.
Chef's
And then
kiss.
Carl Weathers pulls the thing over while like fuck you with his arm blown off, still screaming. Oh,
Who's Billy?
Billy's the Indian Native American dude that everyone was scared of.
I've got
Billy!
Billy 1v1 me, bro. Because they're on like a bridge or something, and he just like stays behind.
Cuts his chest, yeah.
Yeah, and then he just we assume off screen just like immediately dies.
So what I believe happened there, because
That's where I ran out. That's where I stopped.
The Predators movie, there's a Yakuza guy that grabs a sword and he does the same thing and he actually fights the Predator. It's thought that this first Predator was like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm not fighting you fairly. Just like walked up invisible and stabbed Billy.
That was one of my complaints, because they're all like, oh, I'm expert hunters. I already have a little bit of complaint about hunters sitting up like with a super amazing high-tech gun hiding in a tree to shoot some defenseless deer. I'm like, let's at least do a bow and arrow at that point, add a little bit of skill. I mean, I get it, if you're doing it to actually like eat meat and stuff or not, but like if you're doing it for the sport of hunting, I'm like, and if you were invisible, come on, bro, come on. I'm gonna hunt man, the dangerous game, with my invisibility cloak.
Well, the Predators are always, in this case, they're younger Predators, I think it was supposed to say, and they're like literally there on their trial and shit like that. But no, they're different. It also says there's like different Yahunta. That's their actual alien name if you want to get nerdy and shit.
We want to. What's both of those?
Blaine.
Add
Blaine
more to my
Cooper.
list.
Blaine Cooper is who Jesse Ventura played, and that was the Boonie hat. And yeah, absolute ballers.
You sold me with that last part. Remo Williams? Adventures of Remo Williams?
Fred
Have
Ward.
you heard of this?
Yeah, yes, I have. And Fred Ward is from Tremors.
more.
Still one of Kevin Bacon's best films. Tremors. And yeah, Fred Ward, him, and they're like best friends, dude.
Okay, it's on the list. Okay, I need another piece. I'm gonna have to start writing on the back of it now. I'm trying, guys.
I'm tired of you ghosting us. Give away our position again. I'll kill you. I'll bleed you real quick now.
I loved it.
And did you like that dude in Commando when he goes on and plays the bad guy in Commando? And he fights. They have the fight in the hotel room. That's him. It's not Carl Weathers. It's the other guy. Yeah, that's the bald dude in Commando. Did you not? They're the same character, the same dude.
Yeah, I knew that.
Son of a bitch.
I realized the bad guy in Commando was the warriors come out to play. The dude with the weird chin. So.
Oh yeah, the Sully. Yeah.
Yes, Yuri Bezmenov, Crisis. I think we are due for another Crisis, and I am not looking forward to it. I am not looking forward to it at all. And then we got Normalization, which is when they're like, oh, the Crisis, all this stuff we changed, now it's normal. Get used to it. It's always been this way. And this brings us to Kotaku Call of Duty trailer recklessly promotes far-right conspiracy theory in 2020.
Everything
basically, it's about how Yuri Bezmenov says the socialists were going to take everything over, and that's crazy. That totally wouldn't happen. But yeah, alleged use of active measures that in theory are meant to destabilize opponents without direct military conflict. Yeah, we're in a war. We are being invaded. We are being destroyed. Military doesn't have to fire a shot. Blah blah, and then basically says, yeah, evil, racist, sexist. And
it's all my favorite things.
Yeah. And then they go after G. Edward Griffin and all this blah, 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 blah stuff. Yeah. The media is the enemy. Games journalist.
You're a games journalist. What does that say?
What's worse than enemy? Yeah. Why do you think I puke every time I say it?
And you're a movie reviewer. You're all the corrupted things.
That one's not
you're bringing
as bad.
Sanity back to it. You're bringing sanity back to it.
Stacey Abrams claims attacks on DEI are attacks on democracy. What about my attacks on our BMI? Is that also an attack on democracy? Mm-hmm. They're about to go crazy, guys. They are wound up ready to burst. But the crazy thing is, F Joe Biden chant. Both sides of University of Alabama Israel-Palestine protest. Everyone hates Joe Biden. Even the crazies on the left hate Joe Biden.
Oh, look at who showed up.
Hell.
Nagrinol, what's up, bruh? My Nagrinol. Darwin Vadger in chat. Yeah, not to be confused with V'ger. That's a Star Trek thing.
So, Ukraine unveils AI foreign ministry spokesperson to provide updates on war.
Oh, that's still going on?
Yes, and now we have an AI avatar to tell us more about it. We're doomed.
Isn't the point of that Putin already got what he wanted? He secured his
Schmooten.
He okay.
Yeah, but it's a war. It's a war. They keep going until there's peace. They keep going,
but
they're not allowed to have peace.
He got his warm water port in Crimea secured. So he doesn't give a shit about anything else. It's just
but then like militarily, it's like the other conflict. You got to take more, or else that just keeps getting shelled and stuff.
Yeah.
So war turns out both sides usually end up sucking and being the worst, and war is
Sonya
just bad for everyone.
She said 4 people haven't liked the stream. Fix it. She said it just like that.
What's wrong with you people? Do you want Sonya to be sad?
But you scaring me. Oh.
So here's something I've been wondering about for a little while. So Elon Musk, does he have a reply bot? Is he a reply bot?
Nah.
Remember one of the Gamergate 2, I think James Lindsay or one of them, his reply was just exclamation point.
Yeah, I think Elon is just fucking constantly on there and going. It just says some of this 2 or 3 same, so he doesn't get into a whole long thing. But maybe he does have an AI. He's got the most advanced AI running it.
It's always certain accounts and stuff. And as the world, ask yourself if the world's richest man is really tweeting 5 to 10 times an hour all day long.
I certainly believe he is.
In wokeness, Rothmas, Marnofal, Wall Street Silver. Some of it, because most, like a lot of celebrities, they don't even do like their own tweets and whatnot. And it's like, does he have a reply bot? I've thought about this, and it's always like one word. It's always just one word.
I realize this is the success of Hypnotic. Is he's just got Sonya and Juneman in there saying, like the stream, do it now. I was like, okay, God, I'm sorry. I really do think Elon has enough autism to just constantly be on his phone while thinking of 3 or 4 things in his head. He basically said as much to Rogan. They're like, oh, you wouldn't want to be me. My mind is a fucking mailstrom of like 20 or 30 different things at all time.
I feel like I never have enough time for anything.
You are a fucking sane, forward, normal thinking person compared to Elon. That's how batshit his brain is. I mean, you are a bag of squirrels running around in there. He is a bag of squirrels on meth with fucking all the things.
With a touch of tism.
Bro, yes. So I do actually believe that he's able to tweet that much.
Speaking of touches of tism, oh yeah, Sonya definitely built Hypno's channel.
The autism
100%.
is strong, Elon.
Anders understands, of course.
Yes.
Sony strikes again. Orders Fate Stay Night devs to censor PlayStation release of art book included in physical limited editions. So we're worried about how they're, like say with Stellar Blade, everyone wanted the physical copy because they're censoring the digital. But here, even on this physical art book, they are now censoring. They're even coming for the physical media. Sony, I made the thing, the little meme, and I went ahead and put it on here because I felt like the rest of the year I'll probably be able to play this off.
Put it in! You're facing the wrong way, sir.
All right, give me the money.
Booty blowout.
Sony, bro.
Booty blowout.
Why? What you thinking, bro?
I mean, someone asked Elon, did you literally buy Twitter just to dunk on people? And he responded, yes.
Yeah, that and like he bought it for like free speech, and like someone asked him if he would sell it for like a bunch more than he paid or whatever, and he was like, no.
But also for the lulz, a bag of squirrels on meth with their tails on fire. And I know people say like, well, we shouldn't have to rely on magnanimous or the good billionaires, but unfortunately, that's the fucking world we're in. It is a battle of elites. We have
billionaires want to be good.
They
good
have
to
their
me.
messaging and their narrative. We have our messaging and our narrative. They have their elite millionaires and billionaires, and we have our elite billionaires and millionaires. And guess what, motherfucker? It's a battle at the end of ideology when it comes right down to it. That
one could say
swear.
And information more.
Yeah, right. But that's the point, is they're never going to scissor together like we're doing here. It'll always be at odds. It'll always be at odds. Capitalism versus communism, cultural Marxism, it'll all be at odds with what we believe in. Of just fuck off, freedom.
And what happens when they decide to go at odds with us? Take-Two shuts down Intercept Games and Roll7 over more video game industry cutbacks.
Because they can't handle the losses that the movie industry has been handling, but even they can't handle anymore.
And I mean, movies take a long time to make. These AAA games take even longer, so their failures hurt even more.
Yeah, and the correction, you can't just go do a couple months of reshoots. It's much harder to recode your entire fucking thing. Fucking scissoring!
So Neon from Clownfish actually was getting tagged by Grum. So Neon raises an important point, which is, I love to see the scissoring. The reason game devs are so angry at the chuds who like Stellar Blade and AA games like Helldivers and Power Worlds is because nobody is buying AAA. I don't have to boycott AAA. I was already not buying it. They did it to themselves by making crap for 10 years and hate and blame you for it. It's working. In 2 years to stop buying AAA games that are broken, woke, or predatory. You got them on the ropes. That's so perfect because it's not just the wokeness in the games. It's that they deliver them broken. We just assume now at this point, this new game that we've just been hyped for, it's finally coming out. I just assume the first day I'm not even going to be able to play it, or I'm going to get kicked constantly. And then on top of that, once you finally get in, it lets you get in, then you look at the cash store and it's just like, why? So it's not just the wokeness. It's so much from AAA that people are just sick and tired of. And that's kind of like the Mufasa trailer ratio. At this point, just all of it we are sick and freaking tired of.
I was pissed off at your season passes.
Oh, what's up, Malty?
There we go. I was waiting for you to acknowledge him. Acknowledge him. Yeah, I was pissed off at their season passes, and I was pissed off at their DLC and constant microtransactions and taking out content that should have been in the game and selling it to me later ad infinitum. And now you add in on top all the DEI dumb bullshit, and bye, Felicia.
What I hate is the sunsetting of things you paid for, so you can no longer like play the events and stuff.
Like the crew, where the entire game you now can't play.
Yeah, there you go. Or when they do like the seasons, or they'll do a new release, they like just totally reset everything you've done. Some games have made it to where you can bring your your more legacy items with you and keep leveling them up, and that's good. But a lot of games, it's just like, hey, all that grinding you just did to have that like perfect stats you wanted and that perfect look to your gear. Yeah, guess what? All that work was totally meaningless now. And then after a year, we're going to just remove all the stuff from the game too. All this stuff you paid for, you can no longer do. Destiny was the worst. The PvP maps in Destiny are basically the exact same as when I played it like in beta. It's all the same maps because and new stuff they added, then they just remove it. You pay for the crap, and then they're just like,
yes,
we're not.
And then you have to go back and you have to go through a bunch of hoops to try and play some of the original story, and you can't even do that anymore. And I'll tell you this: the thing that got me to stop playing Destiny, shout out Great Dead Pulio, because we were so excited. I think he and his wife at the time even bought me the fucking thing because I was big poor. Like, right, like that's how good people they are. We start getting it, and I had to they wanted me to grind up and do like basic bit shit to even play the new DLC that you spent money on to play. And it's like, nah, I'm not about that grinding out the right to play something that I've already paid for. But that's predatory. That's what they do to keep you in there.
Yes. A couple battle passes now, I've had you pay the money. I'm busy, so I play as much as I can, which is still quite a bit of video games. And then I still don't even get the last few items, which are the reason you buy the battle pass.
And you fucking lose it unless you pay to skip ahead. It's a racket.
Still don't get it.
It's a racket, and they know and like you said, that's why, much like Koof exposed that everyone was like vitamin D deficient, and they exposed all the weaknesses. This DEI and shit exposed all the weaknesses that were already there and would have already led and was leading to the ruination of triple gaming. Oh, our favorite site.
So this is how I found the last one, because Destiny and Overwatch were like the two games I played the most for a long time, and they both went super freaking woke. Overwatch does this hilarious thing where they just randomly turn characters gay. First one started off with Tracer's a lesbian now, and then Mr. America Man, they actually do have a a macho, like straight white man commando. Oh, they just randomly decided he was gay. And then they put out Life Weaver, who is Mr. Femboy. We talk about with like Hades 2 and the Stellar Blade stuff, how they love bomb. Whenever like one of the woke characters come out, they love bomb it, and they're like, they're the hottest thing ever. They did this with this person because he's all pink and super femboy and a pansexual.
Whole fucking chest out.
Yeah. So, yeah, they love bomb the crap out of this guy. And then we got Baptiste, who I think had been out for a while, and then they just randomly confirmed, oh yeah, he's bisexual. Which I think he's like Puerto Rican or something too. He's somewhere around there from you. So yeah, they turned one of you guys gay.
Gay us up. Do it.
Yeah, somewhere Caribbean.
Booty blowout.
I didn't even know about till I saw this one. They turned Farrah into a lesbian, and you can see they have a New York map for one of the seasons or whatever. They put all the pride flags, and they're like super progressive pride flags, and like not just the pride flag, like all of them. Like they had asexual flags like hanging on buildings and shit. I've done like 3 shorts, and all of them I did to piss off people who watch shorts, and one of them was about that, and it almost had a 50% ratio, which I saw in chat. I saw in that group chat, Leon had like a 34% ratio on one of his videos. So like Games Workshop that popped off and the crazies found it. I'm trying. I do this for you guys.
He's on the ecliptical. He gets very manly, all buff while he watches things.
So this is why I bring it up, because they finally, because they've done all those, they bring up the non-binary. And
what
it actually,
the hell is even that?
It has pretty cool moveset. It goes underground and then like pops up, and then can also do like a speed burst with the drill. It's actually a pretty cool set, and a lot of people just call it Venture. But there's a couple times when some streamers or whatever I still watch who play Overwatch, they throw in the they sometimes in here and there, and it's always like so awkward, and like they almost have to like pause for a second because you have to like go full retard and not speak proper English to call this a they.
What the hell is even that?
It's so and every time I think once or twice already I've heard someone do a they, and I'm just like, all right, I'm watching a different video. And they had Overwatch. They worked with MIT to have the like diversity calculator to create the new characters. They literally had like a computer program to make sure they were as diverse as possible. So we talk about how it's fine when it's natural and it's bad when it's forced. This is so forced. They literally have a program that tells them how forced to make it. And they'd already done like the pansexual, the lesbian, the bisexual. And then they're like, well, I guess we haven't done a non-binary. So I guess the next one's non-binary. And in this picture is kind of cute, but you actually see the character in the other picture they use in like the little like logo in the UI. Ugly as just gross. And then of course have the big baggy clothes and stuff like that. They are purposely making them ugly.
This is Ryan singing Disney songs on the street level of super duper deep cringe, like like Scott's Tots, The Office fucking level of cringe.
I meant to mention, so I did some editing on the Las Vegas meetup, and there was a really long part of him singing
that was
a
really
mermaid
good video,
song.
by the way, dude. I meant to contact you. That was a really good edit.
It was super. Well, shout out to Ivan Valientes. He did like 95% of it. Okay. So it went on too long, him singing Little Mermaid song, and he got a little extra off key and stuff, and it was really funny and good, but it had to be cut.
Yeah.
So $50 and I'll DM it to you.
Oh my god!
Just kidding.
Wait till payday, and that might actually happen.
100 and I'll DM it to you.
Son of a bitch!
But yes, no, I now have Ryan blackmail material.
You got blackmail material on everyone.
Hypno is an easy one, but he wouldn't even consider it blackmail because he's just proud of it. Oh wait, I forgot. Before we move on, look at it.
Haircut.
Look at it.
Amy Hart specializes in queer fandom, video games, and tabletop.
And when I joke about now I'm a games journalist and I'm gonna change my pronouns, it's like 50% a joke.
Yeah.
Well, I assume military is probably pretty similar to the restaurant industry.
The fact I feel that like Ryan the military was he literally was a diversity officer. That is hilarious.
All right, so, and the other reason I finally brought this up is, so Vampire Survivors. It's a great 8-bit game, super basic. You don't do anything but move. It's a kind of roguelite elements where you get different weapons each time, and you just go until you die. Until eventually you're good enough that you can
Just
beat
like
it.
life.
Really fun, super popular. It was like $2 forever. Everyone has played it on Twitch and stuff. Super popular, loved it. Had it on PC and my phone. Beat like everything. There's so much stuff to unlock. I did everything. Freaking loved it. And then they hired, I think, like a community manager or something whose pronouns were like he, they. So I stopped playing for like a year. But then I'm like, well, I haven't noticed anything woke coming out, so I'm like, okay, I'm good. They put up an Among Us update, so I'm like, I want to play that. Oh, okay, this is what happened with Destiny. I came back to Destiny even though I was a little weary that it was going to be woke. Spoiler alert, it was. So I come back and they do a new update, and they added
cleanse.
You did show it.
This is Eve. This is the real Eve.
Oh,
this is the real Eve. I'm just gonna put that there right there.
That is literally. I talked about
safe for work. But yep, there you go. There's your cleanse. Now
I talked about
what
things I wanted to use in thumbnails that I couldn't, like Sydney Sweeney. There are also many of her photos that I looked into for research.
The very
professional
real
research
woman that was an unrealistic sex doll.
So they added Santa. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And a new weapon, a new level. I'm like, sweet. It's like Santa's workshop. Santa Claus couldn't be more late to Vampire Survivors. Yeah, it's the beginning of May. So let me get this off here and scroll down to, I assume, the description. I might have to whip it out. Okay, so it's just Santa. And then you read the description of her, and it turns out Santa is a woman.
A black woman? Please make it a black woman.
I think it's a white woman. But yeah, so I think I'm good. I come back, and like it's not like a big deal. And they've got plenty of like male and female and like monster characters, but female Santa and calls it Santa.
We're drawing the line.
Is that too much? Because like I try not to be overly sensitive to this stuff, though I like the passion when people are female, because it's just Santa, and it just looks like it's Santa. But then you read the description and it's a woman, and it's just like, why?
Very body positive.
What?
Very positive. I've heard about Vampire Survivors.
It's so good. I've thought about recommending it to you guys, but I couldn't. I didn't know if I should because community manager. But now I'm like, well, community manager.
I've heard Phil Spencer say it's his favorite game.
It's so good, and it's so cheap, and they add so much stuff in. It's constantly updating, and the thing they added in now is female Santa in May.
Is that
why?
Are you actually at the end of your tabs? That can't
the end of my tabs. 2, 4, 6, 8.
I was gonna say
13. No, I have so many tabs. We're gonna probably stream on Monday. Badger's got a hard out, so we're gonna go a little bit longer. So we should probably talk about Alien. Yes, and I thought it was just Santa, and then I read the description and it says she, and I'm like, I have that little bit of like cognitive dissonance where I kind of have to do like a brain double take. Santa's a woman. Why? Yes, he prefers the hard in, but today he has a hard out.
Don't want to get booty blowout. You got to get a hard out.
And if he can't get a hard in, a hard R will do. Alien. This is a 93 and a 94%.
I tried to go watch this. I tried to go watch this in the movie theater.
Could you not get a ticket?
I could. I didn't want to go by myself. And then like the homie was like, "This is a cash grab." I was like,
I only see movies
if it's
by
the
myself.
second Alien, if it was Aliens, fuck you, I would have gone by myself. But like Alien, I was like, yeah, I didn't really want to see it by myself enough. Like I didn't want to see it enough to just go solo. Because did you find it slow? Like I like it and I respect it for what it is, but I do find it pretty slow.
I was so happy with Predator. I thought I was gonna get another Predator, like level of enjoyment. Arguably a little slow. I wish they would have stayed on the alien planet in the alien ship. That's where I think it should have taken place, not in their ship. Because then they could have done a lot more interesting, like sci-fi, alien sort of stuff. Which the first note, wish they had stayed on the alien planet. Love the 80s tech. You get that like Star Wars style 80s tech. Freaking love it. All the cigarette smoking, dude's literally hand rolling.
Whereas space truckers.
And Predator, you get the Arnold cigars. Wish they had explained Mother better. All the going in the room and talking to Mother, I would have loved a little bit more on what was going on with
computer
that.
AI that was linked to the company.
The alien, when you actually got to see the alien in the suit, was literally, it was just a dude in
It's a
an
skinny
alien
black
suit.
dude
Whereas
in the
like
suit.
normally when I think of Alien, they do not have that humanoid of a shape.
Because they're CGI and or puppets in the other ones. But in the first one,
So
they
that
got
was-
like
that
a
was a
really
little
skinny. Have you seen the behind the scenes? They got a really skinny, lanky Nigerian dude to like squeeze into that fucking costume.
Speaking of diversity, 2 women and the black man are the one that make it the longest. Turns out we had diversity. Who would have guessed?
That was their version of the future, right? Where it was, and I do it. When Tom Skerritt dies, that shocks a lot of people. They think he's the main character and he's going to live through the whole thing. And so Sigourney, all of a sudden, being the main character,
like
throws
that.
people. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you mean it
And
subverted
she has to
expectations?
she has to take charge and she has to be the boss bitch. And at one point, she even has to like assert her authority, such as like when they're trying to get into the ship and whatnot. But they did it well. Turns out you can do boss bitch well.
Yeah, no, they do. Yeah, it's almost like we used to know how to make movies.
Those were the days. So, and of course, the final note: Sigourney Weaver undressing scene.
You see,
I was ready for it. And then Alien Claw comes out. And then,
by the way, he's seen it. He has seen Big Trouble in Little China.
And then the alien just chills. That is one that I haven't seen in quite a while, probably a decade. But I have seen it. Yes. So I'm trying not to add ones I've already seen but want to see. But that's one I think I said yesterday to you, not streaming. Yeah. I want to watch it again.
And by the way, movie theaters are in trouble.
Nice.
Everything is coming back from the Mummy to this, Star Wars. So let's go back and see all the movies we didn't get a chance
Did anyone see Phantom Menace? Because that was just out.
No, I was going to go today, but I got to go to this stupid wedding anniversary for a friend. So I'm not going to be able to see it. But I'm going to see Fall Guy tomorrow. And I have heard good things. Like I said, Gary thought it was good, even if he thinks it was stupid. He said it was good.
Before I forget Alien, I want to give an 8 to 8.5. I said it.
For Alien.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I said it. But you think all like Aliens more, right?
Aliens to me is the one I hope you give it a 9 or a 9.5.
Thoughts on Predator 2? Am I watching that? Because I know it's a little.
I like it. And I'm sure people in the chat will say obviously it's not as good as the first one, but it's a worthy watch. But you will give it an 8. You'll give it an 8.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Good.
I can already tell.
So that's actually perfect. We're talking about me, as we love to do. BBC laments that British train drivers are overwhelmingly middle-aged white men.
Male and pale is stale. Male and pale is stale.
Like, we talked about demoralization. We are living through interesting times.
Male and pale is stale.
Shout out.
Thank you, Chris Gore. Is he actually all retarded? How much is
I've heard
Gary joking?
I don't know, but as Gary is making jokes about it, and the fact that he says he is going out and watching a movie, he's just recovering. I don't think he has any like lasting like what I just did, lasting lisps or weird like mouth shit. I think he's just recovering and really making sure he's golden. But shout out, thoughts and prayers to Chris Gore.
So I meant to bring this up earlier. Square Enix report 22 billion yen loss, which yen makes it sound so much worse. But yeah,
it's not good no matter what. Yeah,
Hollywood is failing, AAA is failing, and they're trying to tell us that we won't have an impact. And they try to gaslight us and say, "Oh, you're just overreacting. No one cares." No. Sometimes it takes a little while to kick in. We have an effect, and when it comes to company versus customer. I'm voting on the customer winning that fight every single freaking time.
Every single time. How many times do we have to be proven right?
Sweet Baby Inc. influenced Alan Wake 2 still has not recouped its budget. Speaking of being proved right.
So I think we've settled on the fact that, yes, Remedy did choose to make Saga black, but I still think it was Sweet Baby Inc. and Kim Blair that decided to make her a 50% half equity playable character. Oh, well, don't just make her a supporting character. Make her half a half. Yeah.
That's when I'm willing to say they probably had input on both of those.
So and God bless you that we reached that moment.
But being the sole cause of, I mean, the fact that they even hired them says that that's already what they were.
And thankfully we have gotten that message out that all of these companies, be it video game or movie or fucking tabletop gaming like Games Workshop.
Or
They
Bethesda.
all have a high amount of woke mind virus people, and then they also have people in there just trying to keep their jobs and make money, and those two are at odds in every single group, and we got to reach them, the few remaining people with control that haven't been outed.
The go along to get along crowd, that's the people we need to reach and say the getting along is not happening, so you got to stop doing what they're going along with it, because we're all doomed otherwise.
My man Erwin can go all night and then some, Gooch. Straight into the wee mornings. I was going to do the Tombstone Doc Holliday. He can go all night and then some. Yeah, we are. Actually, we're about to stop, though, in about a minute. But shout out for everyone that came by. You want to go through all of your monies that people gave you, force you to watch good things?
Did you see this? And I
played it. Yeah. It's good on console, but it fucked up everyone's game on PC.
Like, saves are gone?
Mods are fucked up, and it messed up the INI files for people's widescreens. Like, I had to edit my INI to get my widescreen to work, and then this one's like, oh, we fixed widescreen. I was like, but I already fixed it. So it broke people's shit that fixed it, and the mods are messing it up. Yeah, no, the PC one was not done well. So if you have Fallout on PC, maybe don't do the updates. But on console, yes, Xbox Series X, Fallout 4 did look really good on widescreen in modern times, and it was played well.
So Hayden wants me to play the Metal Gear, so I was looking at him on Steam, and a lot of complaints about them not working well on PC.
Yeah, we have heard that. So Hayden, don't be mad if he doesn't jump on that right. He's got to finish Nazi Old Republic, by the way. He's going through that.
And then Chrono Trigger, because every time I see Grum's stupid Twitter profile, he says something about being the best game. And yeah, I was confused. I saw it pop up, and I'm like, wait, did I do? No, I'm dumb.
Y'all are the best. Thanks for another great Saturday. Y'all are the best.
We actually have something for that once I scroll through.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
As usual, we underestimated the chat.
Yes, we did.
And they showed up in a big way.
It's true.
Which is why I didn't cut any of you guys from the video. The Las Vegas meetup. Everyone was in it. No one got cut. It just got shortened a bunch.
Yeah, shout out to the GCA. I saw a bunch of you in there.
Unless you were part of the GCA, and then I didn't do my editorial duties, I kept it longer because I am biased and prejudiced for the GCA. And I am, of course, biased and prejudiced for Anners, who is also
as we all
always
are.
so good to have you.
Yes. And Gooch. I'm biased for Gooch. I like Taint. What can I tell you?
You're a taint man, one could say.
I'm a taint man myself.
Okay, so
both worlds.
So let me blast through this real quick so Badge can go. But you all paid good money for me to watch stuff. This was when I watched on my own because I wanted to finish it.
I'm so glad.
We get the repeat of him waking up to his mom, and for the first time, we don't have weird incest stuff. I was very happy about that. I like that he decided to be Clint Eastwood. That worked well. His mom doesn't try to bang him for once. They use the word Chinaman. That made me happy. I thought I told you not to come in here, Fly. So they once again repeated stuff, which we asked, like, when they do it in like Force Awakens, it's dumb, but when Back to the Future does it, it's good. I'm like, what's the difference?
Synchronicities. Yeah, it's because it was built to be that way, as opposed to doing it to try and capture something.
Dance, and he starts shooting, and then he just like randomly moonwalks for some reason. Big fan of that.
Over a matter of $50. Yeah.
By far the most amount of Marty and Doc together. One of my complaints about the first one, they weren't together like enough.
Yeah, and you really buy their relationship, that he really sees him as like a father figure, because his dad's sort of a loser his whole life. Marty's, you realize, until he gets the revisionist when he redoes his. So Doc is sort of a pseudo father figure to him.
Makes sense. I hadn't even thought of that. Because you brought up how it's weird that they're hanging out. Definitely weird that they're hanging out.
I put it together finally. I was like, no, he's a surrogate father figure that Marty never had because his dad is a lame fucking loser. And then, of course, that changes, but.
Beautiful. Doc takes one shot of alcohol and immediately passes out.
I love it. Time to make him some wake-up juice, Willie.
Yeah, and they just start pouring everything
fucking
in there.
Cayenne and like, yeah.
So Clara, the woman who just is like, I'm going to jump on this train. She's holding on. They hit the nitrous boost. She manages to hold on and to where her feet are like flapping in the wind.
I believe that. Because you got to have some olden times like that. You had to have some strong hands, be holding on to horse reins and pulling yourself up on shit. So I'll buy that one. Yep.
Okay.
I'll buy it.
I started rooting for. It was so dumb that she was doing that, and like Doc was being put in danger. I started rooting for her to fly off into the canyon. Is that bad? Am I a bad person?
No, you are, but not for that.
The hoverboard foot binding is still facing the wrong way. So you stand on a skateboard with the skateboard like this.
Mm-hmm.
But they have the foot thing where you would be standing on it like this. But then in one of the scenes where you stand on a normal, they have it switched. But whenever they have to put they just like send the skateboard or the hoverboard, and then like a foot gets put in and they're safe. It's always like in a vertical position, and
So the way I square that away is that they can rotate, and
I know, but when you look at it, they can't.
I know. You see how even in a crazy movie with fucking time travel, it's the little things that you need to get right, because the grander suspension of disbelief can be mucked up by the little things not making sense.
Yes.
Keep in mind, if you're ever writing something.
I allowed it, but it happened again in the third movie, and I had to call it out. So, Commando, which I can't believe is only 67 and 68. Commando is like 9.5 for me. The beginning, the father and daughter montage to like build up their relationship was so good. Like, and it was so quick, and they nailed it. And she like poked him in the face with the ice cream, and it's all adorable and stuff.
Yep. You could exactly see the life that they have after he did a bunch of horrible shit and got out of it, and just trying to raise his daughter in peace. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my complaints with this, with recent movies, is they don't do enough with characters. And it just shows how easy it is if they just do a little montage like that.
That's why we all get so upset, is how fucking easy it used to be. It's inconceivable how they can't do it now. You'll get that.
So, military guy shows up, says, "I need to speak to your dad." And young girl says, "You got a warrant?" And immediately I was like, love her energy, which is why I knew at the end she was going to go a little commando herself. One of the bad guys seems to have a chainmail vest on that's like crocheted.
Bennett.
That was...
Yeah, he's into kinky shit, I think.
That was a choice. That was a choice for sure.
Steam, Bennett.
The flight attendant, when she's on the thing, says, please extinguish your cigarettes. Which...
Don't bother my friend. Movies. He's dead tired.
Yeah. Bro jumps off the plane and like lands in a puddle. Goes like 6 inches into the water.
That's like Florida Everglades or something like that. Sure. It's the wetlands. It's entirely possible.
And then
Bly, I have the director's cut, and I don't fucking remember what extra scenes are in it, but I do have the director's cut.
The Warriors come out to play guy, even though I haven't seen the Warriors, knew that was him, looked it up on the IMDb to make sure. That chin is like made to be a bad guy. The woman who he somehow like takes hostage for some reason, instead of just like taking her car, I guess he needs the lookout or whatever. She says, "I've only known you 20 minutes and I want you dead too," which immediately the sassy like fro woman, which nowadays anytime they do that, it's just awful. Immediately I was like, I like her.
And someone pointed out last night, Rae Dong Chong, that is Tommy Chong's daughter.
I thought she was black, so she's not black.
She is. Tommy Chong. Okay. I mean, shocking. He put his pee-pee in a melanated woman.
Okay. That's what I assumed once I found that out, because I was like, did I do a racism? No.
Yes.
The music, you really like the music, right? Or someone really did, but it's out of control. It was like 2 songs were playing at the same time, and it would be at inappropriate moments, like when the bad guy's just going up in an elevator. Instead of elevator music, it's like it's like all over the place. I'm sorry.
This is a deep cut joke. Dobby always double checks his tax forms. Dobby owes back taxes. All right.
Thanks to you guys. Hopefully, I'm gonna avoid Dobby's fate. Slow zoom on watch. They kept going back to the watch, the race against time thing.
I love that he sets it immediately, so they already set up in the beginning, right? And they constantly go back and forward to it.
Now, my favorite part of the movie, he rips up a phone booth and flips it over with a guy inside of it.
I believe it.
I argue best part of the movie.
Human growth hormone and like bull shark testosterone he was injecting.
I promised to kill you last. I lied. And of course, he let him go.
I let him go.
Arnold puns on point. And then the Bob scene. Big Bobs. Big boss.
Oh, they do the juggle as they fight through. Yeah, and then shout out Bill Duke. You know, he is in. He plays a villain in a lot of those '80s movies. Bald black dude.
So then, sassy black woman, who I should hate but like, complains about how they're being too macho and how they have too much red meat. Which if they did now would be really obnoxious. I loved it when she did it.
Yes.
Then bulldozer. He's just suddenly driving a bulldozer, and then a fucking rocket launcher.
That is I'm sure Alec Baldwin's finger will agree with me if he's still here. The gun store scene where he goes under the desk and hits the secret button and it all opens up. And yeah, he just starts filling up a shopping bag with like plate carriers and shit.
Then the police come and arrest him, and then she has to chase after. And my buddy joked she's gonna have the rocket launcher. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be hilarious. Yeah, the police let her have the rocket launcher. And then the bitch has the rocket launcher and shoots it behind her.
They didn't see the car around the corner. But yeah, no, the whole scene, like they flirt with her and then she stops and fucking this way. She reads the instructions.
3 buttons are unbuttoned and he immediately looks at her and says, hooker. Okay.
It's prime. It's a prime movie.
And then she just hits a random like building with a rocket. Yeah. And then at the end, when he finally has it, he shoots 2 and then throws it. So they actually kept it to where it actually mattered that she shot it.
Yeah, Alec, same dude. Shopping fantasies for firearms as I was a kid.
Yeah, we're getting to him arming up scene, like the gear porn one. I assume that like makes him nerdgasm. So yeah, rocket launcher, and then Afro Woman was also a pilot, and now we have to worry about DEI pilots. So we had Afro Woman pilot.
But it was written in, she was a flight. Cessna. She was a flight attendant who was also taking her piloting, and they mentioned in her conversation, like, "Oh, you mean you set it up?" Yeah.
Arnold in a Speedo. I imagine the ladies were happy with that scene, and he like runs on the beach and everything. I was like, "All right, that one was definitely for the ladies."
It's 45 seconds. Let's watch this.
Gear suit up montage.
It's 4K too. I know you yell at me when I don't get 4K.
I yell at you for a lot, to be fair. I'll just talk. Yeah, just lower it, and I'll just keep talking.
Enjoy this lovely.
This is for the ladies.
Speedo. Yeah, I mean, no homo. I mean, this is what if you want to get jacked.
This is to up that 3% ladies watching.
Yeah.
So. The gear suit montage that we're watching was outrageously good. And then, so after this, he sets up all the claymores around one of the buildings. And when the claymores explode, it's like a goddamn nuclear bomb goes off. Yeah. This. So good. And then he still has the rocket launcher, the best character in the movie.
Every male fantasy right there.
Yeah, which is why I can't believe it's a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. I give this thing 9. I want to say 9.5.
Oh, that's a crime.
Yeah.
That's a fucking crime. No, that should be way higher.
And this is just Rotten Tomatoes. So it's basically just, do you think it's above or below 60% goodness?
Dudes sit that and I need to watch the gym. You dudes watch that and I need to fucking start doing lifting more.
You want to taking steroids.
More people need to be aware of this movie in modern times, I think, is what's going on there.
So yeah, it's again more gigantic explosions because it's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. The bad guys' aims were worse than stormtroopers. They had 2 guys going shooting at a plane, and I didn't see a single bullet hit the freaking plane. Like you can't hit the broadside of a barn, you can't hit the broadside of a plane.
Come on, Sully, this is my weak arm.
Mustaches.
Bennett
so
has
they
a
had
mustache. Yeah.
They had like the Latino like faction, like the gorillas trying to overthrow whatever. I'm pretty sure in the 80s, if you were a Latino, it was mandatory to have a mustache.
So Broken, I've heard this before, and while it may be true that Commando was his answer to Rambo, they're so fucking they're different movies entirely. Very different movies.
And Rambo is on the list. So he has like his siege on the compound. The bad guys getting shot and falling over. Like he's just like running, and then afterwards they just at post-production they just add random like shots fired when like he just like kind of moves the gun and it's just like, but clearly he wasn't actually like trying to shoot it. And then the guys are all like,
when he goes to the garden shed and he takes out the machete and the buzz saws, he's just like throwing them at people and cutting off arms.
Yeah, chop the dude's head off. But all the people he shoots in those, they like for like 5 seconds. And
it's not a Puma.
Not a single like squib goes off, not a single like bit of like red on any of their costumes. It's
yeah.
And at one point, so he's got the like machine gun. He's just like holds the trigger down like the whole time, and then he shoots like 200 rounds, and then like because he's got the belt clip or whatever, the belt magazine, and he shoots like 1,000 rounds, and it only takes like 12 bullets off of it.
No, but that's what the
Love
Last
it.
Action Hero makes fun of, is that type of logic with guns and shit. Movie
Which
logic
I'm
and
fine.
reloading. Yeah.
The stupidness, the corniness, the bad effects and whatnot, that sort of thing. I that's why I've been a big fan of watching all these 80s movies. Knife fight. It ends with a knife fight. He convinces them like, oh, because they set up at the beginning where he like killing too much. So he uses that at the end to get him, convince him to do the knife fight and leave the girl out of it.
I guess we're doing some 199 shit here, but Mega Defender in 98 MCU fan is a superbly inquisitive, superbly inquisitive, and masculine person. He got to see his girlfriend in real life at the Vegas. It was so awkward in Vegas at the meetup. God bless Nerd Wars and the 199. Yeah,
God bless Becca.
That was a real awkward fucking night.
I had to cut some of that. The present giving part was I had to cut that one because I'm a little sensitive to cringe, and that one I had to cut a little bit. But yes, we all got to see the MCU fan Krista hug, so he can't pretend like it didn't happen now.
That's not a knife. That's not a knife. That's a spoon. Ah, I see you've played knifey spoony before.
Speaking of good lines, let off some steam. When he impales the dude with the pipe,
I'm
let
convinced
off some
Arnold
steam.
makes stick around and lay off some steam. Like that is Arnold 100%.
And then when he's leaving, the like commander or colonel or whatever is all, did you leave anything for us?
Just bodies.
Just the bodies.
God damn it, Cohagen. Give those people air.
So good.
Yeah.
And tonight I will be watching The Princess Bride. Badge, what kind of videos you got coming up for us today?
I am going to be late in game, late and gay, and just not cool at all, and go to a wedding anniversary tonight. But I've got videos coming out like normal. And hold on, sorry. Clinton House add Heartbreak Ridge to bro. It is Clint Eastwood playing a Marine drill instructor who has to lead a group. It's really good. It is really good.
Yeah, I would say
if you're a Marine, you'll love that movie.
I need a few more spy movies, westerns, and like military movies. I could use a little more brushing up on those. So any classics of that. Some I have seen. Like I've done good. I've seen like Full Metal Jacket and like Apocalypse Now, and I've tried. I have watched some classics. I tried. There's just so many classics.
By the way, R2, fun little trivia. Originally, Arnold was supposed to shoot her, consider this a divorce, and shoot her in the head. And that was a little too hardcore. So he shoots her, and then he says, consider that a divorce. Because somehow saying that joke after is better than doing it ahead.
Yeah.
To a very hot Sharon Stone in that fucking movie who shows Wabas.
Wait, what movie is this?
Total Recall.
Okay, that's what I thought. Which I have seen. The old one and the new one, which I weirdly like the new one. Because it's so like just sci-fi dystopia. A lot more so even. Yeah.
Have you seen
we are 17 minutes late and gay
have you
currently
seen
for him.
Unforgettable? I did tell him 12:30 at the max, just in case, so we can say bye properly. But yeah, smash that like, and yeah, make sure to follow Nerd Wars. I'll tell you what.
Unforgiven's Western, right?
Monday we will be doing another stream.
Probably do 3 to 4 the Lord's time Eastern, the same time we do the pre-F&T stream on Fridays.
Yes, and yes,
and
the
then,
free titty movie.
Then we're working on doing a probably Wednesday stream for Badger here at some point where he has to have me on. He doesn't have a choice. Unlike Friday nights where he can keep me out, he has to have me on. He doesn't have an option. So we'll probably have another stream on his channel here before long. Yeah, if not next week.
You get some stuff. Unless it works out horribly, and then we won't get stuff.
And the good thing about me streaming more is that means I have to make more videos. So expect more videos. I'm going to keep trying to get more edited videos, but those are going to be like one every week or two.
Oh, look at this. They're fighting. I love it. So, yeah, save my heart out. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Daggernall Sonya mod fight. Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
So,
let me see. Shout out.
So much more to come. So much Princess Bride to watch.
We are 10 away from 380. Just saying. From 3,800. And thank you for everyone. Thank you for today. It was very. I love seeing the same names.
Wildly generous. Yesterday, you guys broke 300. We would have had to whip out an IRL Hypno yesterday if we had one.
Yeah. And yes, Open Range is very good cowboy movie with Robert Duvall and Kevin Costner and Diego Luna. Definitely watch that sometime. Fire me because I didn't answer his phone call.
Currently, all of the front ones are
taken.
Hey,
gay Mr. Tech Rat, shouldn't you be skating right now, of which you said 15 minutes 5 minutes ago? It should be 10 more minutes of you skating like a gay lord. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Does he just go out there to get all the compliments from the gay guys like you?
I don't know, probably.
Gay. Speaking of gay, I freaking love you guys. You're the best. We'll be seeing you here again shortly, I imagine.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Come on.
Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
I'm sorry, babe. I didn't mean that either.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Tonight, Saturday Night Hypnosis. He's got Epic Games developer guy. Used to work for Epic Games. Should be fun.